a couple of touchdowns in the fourth quarter. In fact, the Weevils outscored the Rangers 14-0 in that fourth quarter. They got back to within 26-23, but the Ranger defense made it stand up and held up, and they got that road win 26-23. We know how the rest of the season went, and it was a struggle, but it was nice to see that road win, and I don't know. I think, as you mentioned, this Northwestern Arkansas Monticello series, it split right down the middle, 6-6. I thought what was also interesting in breaking down the games is each team is 3-3 at home. Each team is 3-3 on the road. So there hasn't been a whole lot that separated these two teams over the years with this series.
Now, the wins and losses dead even, like you said, over the course of time. The games themselves have been about the same way.
Yeah,
about half of them have been extremely competitive. Half of them have been a little bit of a runaway, and that's gone to either side. It kind of changes with the year, I guess. A couple of things to note. A win would be the first season opening win for the Boll Weevils since 2022, where they celebrated a win over SNU 40-26. For the Rangers, it would be the first season opening win since 2019, when the Rangers beat East Central 21-13. I've looked back a little further than that, Craig. In fact, over the last 10 years, Northwestern is just 3-7 in season openers. Of course, the win against East Central in 2019. The two wins prior to that came back-to-back in 15 and 16. Both of those wins, one home, one away, was against the Boll Weevils of Arkansas Monticello. So a good opening opponent for the Rangers, if you will. I think you've got to kind of like that. Coach Jones has been excited. I know I talked with him in our radio show Wednesday a week ago, said that he felt like his team was to a point where they really needed to get on the field with some other colored jerseys. He said you can only scrimmage against yourself for so long and get a feel. He's ready to go.
No, absolutely. And to me, Matt, obviously that's the huge storyline coming into this season, right? Because that's the change. Matt Walter no longer with the program, so you bring in Ronnie Jones as the new Ranger head coach. And so that first game for him as the Ranger head coach, I know it's big for him. He's got to feel it, and the players do as well. And it's a home game, so all the Ranger faithful are going to be excited about it. But you've been closer to the program than I have. But even on the outside, I will say I've heard really good things about how the fall camp has gone, how the offseason really has gone for Coach Jones in terms of their recruiting, some of the players they brought in. And to me, one of the things that was interesting is some of the players that stayed, right? I don't think there was a huge mass exodus from the Ranger program. And sometimes you have that when you have a coaching change. Didn't seem like that was the case. So, I mean, we'll see how it all plays out. But I think there's a lot of positive feelings, even despite where they're picked in the preseason poll. You can throw that out the window. But I think there's some positive feelings about, the Coach Jones era, and it starts tonight.
Something that we'll look at here in just a bit, of course, those starting lineups. As you look down the Rangers starting lineup, there are a few young faces, one in a very key position. But there's a lot of veteran talent that's back, a lot of guys that are juniors, seniors, even graduate students on the roster and in starting positions for the Rangers this year. For the Boll Weevils, a little bit younger of a squad this go-round. Really, they're going to be led in style and offense by their quarterback, DeMylan Brown. He is an exceptional athlete, returning for his senior season. He was hurt a little bit last year, but is one of the most...
midway through the season, I think they said he went down.
In fact, it was either in the Rangers game or the game after that he went down and was out for the remainder. But an incredibly talented guy. In fact, Craig, so talented that I got some notes from UAM coming in. DeMylan Brown is 2 yards away from eclipsing the 7,000-yard mark in his career as a Boll Weevil. So if he picks up just 2 in the game today, that's a heck of a milestone.
Well, think about it. Just the numbers, even in not a full season that he put up last year for the Boll Weevils. Okay, he's their leading rusher coming back right from the quarterback position. He ran for 640 yards and led the team with 9 rushing touchdowns. And in terms of passing, 2,383 passing yards, 17 touchdowns, only 7 interceptions. Again, that's not a full season. So it tells you this guy's got some juice to the game. So I'm very excited, I think, to watch him. He's he's one of those very great athletes that's also a quarterback. He can do a lot of things.
A lot of people would say that he's the spark behind the team. Dustin Goodnow would say he's the straw that stirs the drink, and that is typically true with the Boll Weevils. In fact, last year, I think a big portion of the Rangers' success against them was that in the first half. We blitzed from every conceivable position on the field and had him very, very frustrated through the first half of play. But great players tend to make great plays. He staged a great comeback in the second half. And, in fact, the Boll Weevils had the ball and were driving with a chance to win the game when the Rangers were able to finally get a stop and then run the clock out. So never a team that you can count out for sure. We'll take another quick break here in the Dean Gall Real Estate and Auction pregame show. When we come back, two great features to dive right into. Me and Craig will discuss the G&G Home Furnishings keys to the game and then bring you the starting lineup brought to you by the Alva Moose Lodge. You'll hear all of that right here on the Ranger Sports Network. Ranger Football brought to you by Holder Drug of Alva, Oklahoma.
Bank has been serving Alva, Oklahoma and the surrounding area since 1984. Community Bank was founded by local community members who wanted to ensure the banking needs of the community were being met. It has been our goal since inception to provide customer-focused services and community development. Our customers are friends, neighbors, and never just a number. We believe in investing in our community, and we pride ourselves in being your hometown bank. Community Bank, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
Farmers are the backbone of our country, especially right here in Western Oklahoma. And we've got our farmers' backs at Farm Credit of Western Oklahoma. We are here to serve all needs to our farmers and ranchers with livestock loans, rural loans, real estate loans, operating loans, and of course, agribusiness loans. Serving our farmers since 1916 at Farm Credit of Western Oklahoma. Call or come by today and speak to one of our loan officers in Alva, Anadarko, Clinton, Elk City, Guyman, Tuttle, and Woodward.
Do you have a heart of compassion for people who find themselves in tough situations? Hope Pregnancy Center of Northwest Oklahoma is opening this fall in Alva and is currently hiring a full-time assistant. We'd love to have you join our team. Please call Charity Lyon at 580-327-9091 for more information or visit obhc.org/about/employment for a job description and employment application.
Northwestern football is back in full swing, and just like the Rangers, Bank Central is here to help you score a touchdown. We offer multiple services to help you score on your own financial goals. Head to the end zone with Bank Central. Stop by 604 Flynn Street or call 580-327-1122. Our qualified professionals are available in Alva, Cherokee, Enid, and Woodward. Certain fees and restrictions may apply or other terms and conditions may apply. Member FDIC, and as always, Ride Rangers Ride.
Welcome back live to Ranger Football. Matt Adair alongside Craig Kilman rolling through the Dean Gall Real Estate and Auction pre-game show. It is that time to talk about who's going to be out there on the field and when. The starting lineups for both of our teams this evening brought to you by the Moose Lodge of Alva, Oklahoma. Speaking of the Moose Lodge, Craig, did you know that the Alva Moose Lodge coming up this Friday, September 1st, will host its monthly karaoke night. That night is open to all members, and qualified guests are welcome to attend. That's members and qualified guests only at the Alva Moose Lodge, who does so much good for the heart of our community. We thank all of those good folks out there at the Moose Lodge. I'll kick things off, Craig. I'll take Arkansas Monticello and talk a little bit about the starting lineup. We'll go first across the offensive line from left to right. At left tackle, they will start Jalen Del Santo. He is a redshirt sophomore on the team this year. Left guard will be Tyler Castaneda, a senior. The center will be Carter Sanders, a freshman on the squad. Right guard is Ryan Williams, a junior. The right tackle is Kendall Walker, a redshirt sophomore, and their starting tight end will be Ben Colligan, also a redshirt sophomore. Very few seniors across that starting lineup. In fact, very few juniors as well. One of each, one senior, one junior. All the rest are redshirt sophomores to kick things off. In their wide receiving core, expect to see these four guys as they are the four primary targets of DeMylan Brown. They include Nick Howard. He goes 6'3", 170 pounds, is a sophomore. Arlie Lee, 6'2", 205-pound redshirt freshman. Isaiah Cross, who will probably be their number one or number two target tonight. Isaiah Cross is 6'1", 170 pounds. He's a redshirt junior. LeCedric Smith is the number one guy. If you were going to paint a target on one wide receiver, that's the one to watch out for. Wears jersey number 13. He goes 5'11", 185 pounds. He's a senior on the team. He is very, very fast. fast. And then, of course, the man that gets it done is the quarterback, DeMylan Brown, 6'2", 210-pound senior, a dual-threat quarterback, can run and throw. Starting running back for the Boll Weevils tonight will be Hayden Thomas. He goes 5'9", 220 pounds. He is a junior. On the offense as a whole, they will start 3 seniors and just 1 junior in the mix. Or, 2 juniors in the mix. For the Rangers, I'll turn things over to Craig Kilman if you want to walk us through the Rangers starting offense.
Absolutely. So Northwestern starters, again, under first-year head coach Ronnie Jones. Across the offensive line, they'll start a 6'5", 285-pound sophomore, Gavin Hewlett, a 6'5", 315-pound graduate senior, Stephen Cates. He is the left guard. The center will be a 6'2", 300-pound sophomore, Tristan Butler. Your starting right guard will be a 6'5", 350-pound graduate senior, Javion Combs. Your right tackle for the Rangers starter, 6'3", 290-pound graduate senior Josh Baker. Their quarterback, of course, then that's going to be one of the big differences. Tanner Clarkson, gone from the Rangers a year ago. He was a good dual-threat player, so we're going to get our first look at a true freshman quarterback starting tonight. Number 12, a 6', 175-pound freshman Caleb Deal, so he'll be the signal caller for the Rangers. His receiving core, and he's got some good ones, a couple of really good ones coming back. The leading receiver coming back is number 3, a 5'9", 160-pound graduate senior Torrance Stevens. He led the Rangers in receiving a year ago. Their number 2 receiver coming back really is number 18, Travis Romar. He's a 5'11", 165-pound senior. Their other 2 starting wide receivers will be Royal Kyle, who's a 6'3", 205-pound sophomore, and then a 6', 170-pound graduate senior, Braden Reichert. Their starting tight end will be a 6'2", 235-pound sophomore, Lath Shelley. Their fullback will be a 5'9", 240-pound freshman out of Hennessy, Keegan Kreitz. The starting running back is the leading returning running back coming back from the Ranger program a year ago. Should be a good one. 5'8", 180-pound junior Darian Gill. And that is your offensive starters for the Rangers.
Odd defense for the Boll Weevils. Across the defensive line, they will start Tavante Bond. He is a defensive end. Defensive tackle will be Theron Bellard. Defensive tackle on the other side, Johnny Taylor, and the defensive end on the opposite side will be Alferny Hawkins. Cornerbacks will be Jake Gilliard and Connor Hooks. Those 2 guys go about 6 foot tall apiece. Jake Gilliard, 175-pound freshman. Greg Hooks is a 195-pound junior, so a young man in a very key role at cornerback taking on those Ranger receivers. Defensive secondary for the Boll Weevils looks like this. Jaden McGarry is a sophomore, 6'2", 180 pounds. Kevontae Featherson in the backfield as a nickel back, wears number 23, not listed with weight or height. New player to the roster this season for the Boll Weevils. Mike White. The Mike linebacker will be Demarius White, 6'2", 225-pound senior returner. Robert Iverson will play the outside linebacker, far side of the field, 6'2", 210 pounds for Robert Iverson. Safety will be Bryson LeBlanc. He is 6 foot tall, 175 pounds, also just a sophomore. So as you look across that defensive backfield, you've got sophomore, and 1 senior, that big middle linebacker, and that is Demarius White patrolling the middle of the field. Again, a young defensive unit for the Boll Weevils.
So here's your defensive starters for the Northwestern Rangers. Along the defensive line, this is a guy that made some plays for them a year ago, 6'3", 235-pound graduate senior Chima Oz. Their nose tackle will be a 6'1", 250-pound freshman Gabe Dozier. The interior defensive tackle will be 6 foot, 275-pound sophomore Garris Reed, and their outside right end will be a 6'3", 245-pound graduate senior Zay Curry. Their linebackers will be a 6'1", the Mike linebacker, Sam linebacker will be a 6'1", 206-pound sophomore Antoine Martin. The starting Mike linebacker, a 5'11", 220-pound freshman Drake Fain, and the rover in that linebacker position will be a 6'2", 215-pound senior Wilson Cow. Defensive secondary, the starting left cornerback will be a 6'3", 190-pound graduate senior Jerron Burks. Your right corner will be a 6'2", 195-pound sophomore Dawson Marchant. And then your safeties for the Rangers in the starting roles will be your strong safety, a 6'1", 195-pound sophomore, Braden Waters, and your free safety starter will be a 5'8", 161-pound junior, Joshua Christopher. So that is your Ranger defensive starters.
One more time out in the Dean Gall Real Estate and Auction pregame show, and when we come back, the G&G Home Furnishings Keys to the Game with deep analysis brought to you by none other than Craig Kilman. All that right here waiting for you on the Ranger Sports Network. Ranger Football brought to you, of course, by Holder Drug of Alva, Oklahoma.
The temperature is hot outside, and so are these deals at Holder Drug, your local pharmacy. Stop in and check out some of the new available items at Holder's, starting with our hanging scrolls and banners. Expecting a child soon? Holder Drug is the perfect place for your baby registry. Find more information by stopping by the store or visit us online at holderdrug.com. As always, free delivery with your medications and prescriptions, along with specials at the fountain. That's Holder Drug, located on the downtown square, right here in Alva.
To prevent medication from getting into the wrong hands, it is crucial to store it out of sight and out of the reach of children and visitors. In addition, it is important to dispose of unwanted, expired, and unused medications in a safe manner. For more information, visit okimready.org. That's okimready.org, or call 988 Oklahoma's Mental Health Lifeline. This program is funded by Northwestern Oklahoma State University, Oklahoma Department of Mental Health and Substance Abuse Prevention Services, and Substance Abuse Mental Health Services Administration.
At Marshall Funeral Home, we're always here to help provide comfort and care when you need us the most, but we hope to put that off for as long as possible. That's why we want to take a few seconds to remind you to stay safe and have a great holiday weekend. Labor Day weekend will be here in no time, and many people will be hitting the road for the last weekend of the summer, perhaps heading to a water park, the beach, or the great outdoors. Labor Day is all about having fun in the sun and spending time with friends and family. So from all of us at Marshall Funeral Home, have fun and be safe during your Labor Day weekend.
Get no better deal in the country than at Croft Country, located in Alva, Oklahoma. Croft Country is the dealer for vehicles in Northwest Oklahoma. Croft Country is locally owned and operated since 1985, offering a full line of award-winning brands including Chevy and GMC. From the time you enter our showroom for sales or service, you can expect to be treated like family. So the next time you're in the market for a new or used vehicle, come see us right here in Alva, located at 401 East Oklahoma Boulevard.
Involvement you have with managing your investments may change as you age. If that's the case, you may wish to consider what roles annuities play. Annuities can be structured to pay your income for as long as you live, relieving you of the concern of outliving your retirement money. At E&J Financial, we work closely with our clients, helping you build a solid financial foundation for the future. Visit enjfinancial.com or stop by one of our locations in Woodward, Stillwater, Adair, and right here in Alva.
Welcome back live to Ranger Football. Matt Adair alongside Craig Kilman. The Dean Gall Real Estate and Auction pregame show rolls on. Craig, it is that time. We're about 3.5 minutes away from kickoff of the 23 football season. Northwestern versus the University of Arkansas Monticello. And now we're going to do something that's incredibly difficult. We're going to talk about the keys to the game. Always different in that first game of the year because you haven't seen quite as much from the Ranger team, and it adds a little bit more to it when it is a brand-new first-year head coach and a lot of new faces coming in, especially a new face at quarterback for Northwestern. So let's start there. I would expect that if you are Northwestern, what you want to see is just solid and continuous offensive production. I think that Coach Jones likes what he sees from his offense. Now, I will tell you, in our radio show, he did mention that in the spring game, he felt like the defense really got the better of the offense. And he told me that, as a head coach and somebody who's been around a lot of football, he says that can be very insightful. It means our defense is either really, really good or our offense is really, really not. And he said, I'm going to take the latter and just think we're going to play real solid defense. But offensively, what do you kind of hope for in week one?
I think, honestly, if you're starting a freshman quarterback, look, this may be a cliche, but I think maybe you lean a bit on the run game. You got Darian Gill, who is your leading runner, coming back. So if that offensive front can create some holes, and if you can get the running game going, it takes the pressure off a young quarterback. So it maybe sets up the play action a little bit more. You've certainly got some good, talented receivers. We definitely know that. But I think if you can run the game, that's going to be a significant thing. I think also, look, whoever makes the fewest mistakes probably in a game one of the season when these two teams know a lot about each other already is probably going to win, meaning Don't make as many penalties. Certainly don't turn the ball over. So I think those things are all significant keys to the game if the Rangers want to come away with the win here.
Looks like UAM will receive. I believe the Rangers won the toss and deferred to the second half. G&G Home Furnishings keys to the game defensively for the Rangers. It's all going to key on DeMylan Brown.
Yep.
This guy is an absolute dude, Craig. He can run, he can throw, he can hurt you in a multitude of ways. He is a big guy, a big load to bring down. He goes 6'2", 210 pounds, and has proven himself already on the field. Like I said, just 2 yards shy of racking up 7,000 total yards in his career. I've heard stories that when his parents dropped him off at college, he looked his dad in the eye and said, "You're the man of the house now."
Yeah.
Big guy.
He's a big guy. There's no question about it. He's going to be hard to bring down. He can run it well. Certainly he's got an arm that he can throw it. So there's no question. If there is a focal point, it's DeMylan Brown. I mean, you can't allow him to take over the game either with his feet or with his arm. So, yeah, that's going to be a significant challenge early on for this Ranger defense.
And then, of course, just keep the other pieces of the game as clean as you can. You want to see limited penalties. You want to see good special teams coverage. And, of course, we'll see the Ranger kick team out in formation to start things off for Northwestern. I'm not sure exactly, trying to get an eyeball here on a number to see who's kicking the ball. Last year it was Zach Stone.
Right. This is an early thing, though. Sometimes the kicking game, it's a little bit of a wait and see and maybe a game-by-game thing.
Looks like it'll be Connor Tillman teeing it up for the Rangers to kick things off. Back deep to return for the Boll Weevils. We are expecting to see Greg Hooks and Christian Gamage back deep.
Yeah, and this is going to be, Matt, south to north kick here at Ranger Field, right to left, if you will, with that little bit of a breeze that we have is blowing out of the south. So what for whatever that's worth, the Weevils will be going into a little bit of that wind to start. The Rangers will have the wind at their back to start this game.
Looks like it's actually going to be Hooks and Gibson back deep to return for Monticello. And here we go. Tillman puts toe to leather, and the season is underway. Short kickoff, bounces at the 10, rolls all the way back into the end zone, untouched by the Boll Weevils, and that will go back for a touchback to start things off for the Rangers. I think Arkansas Monticello had every intention of trying to return that ball, but it really took a saw blade style bounce into the end zone for Northwestern.
Yeah, it was almost like a knuckleball when it hit off. I think it hit around the 10 or so, and then it just took a weird knuckleball bounce, which obviously was a good Ranger bounce because it bounces into the end zone. And so the Weevils start out first drive of the season for either team on the 25.
DeMylan Brown in the backfield. He will, in fact, be the signal caller, the man to watch, if you will. Running back Hayden Thomas. 3 wideouts to start things off. 4 down linemen for the Rangers. Brown out of the shotgun. Takes the snap. Wants to throw on first down. Line holds well. Pressure now coming. Brown scrambles and throws complete to the near side, and he found Isaiah Cross right off of the bat. A pitch and catch connection for the Boll Weevils.
Yeah, a little crossing route over the middle, and also he got good protection. He ran a bit of a play action scenario, and just, good strong throw and first down for the Weevils.
Now, there was a lot of time on that play, so certainly probably not the way they drew it up. As the snap goes back to Brown, this time a quick throw. Far side, looked like it bounced. Northwestern missed a tackle, and here we go. Arkansas Monticello in the Ranger secondary. Lots of green in front of them across the 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Rolled out of bounds. That was a low throw, and it was well handled by Monticello. I think maybe Isaiah Cross, the man again that reeled that in.
It was either Cross or Smith.
Let's go with
a little bit harder.
Smith, I think.
Yeah, they're a little bit harder to read as we get early in the season. But my goodness, takes it all the way inside the 5. And that first play, just a couple of yards gained on that one, but it'll be 2nd and goal from inside for the Weevils now.
Handoff didn't do much. It's going to set them up. 2nd down, goal to go, like Craig said. Ball looks like it's going to be spotted at about the 4-yard line. Yeah. Ranger defense is already bent and gave up a big one. Cornerback was in the area on that pass play, Craig. We just did not make good contact.
Yeah, what he did is he came up to make the play and then slipped it a little bit, and then once the receiver caught it, he was off to the races.
Thomas, the running back, in the backfield. Brown again out of the shotgun. He's just as dangerous as a running quarterback. Fakes the handoff. Brown will toss it. It's caught, and the Rangers are going to keep Isaiah Cross out of the end zone, taken down at about the 3-yard line. If they got a gain there, it was minimal.
Yeah, not for sure. And Jerron Burks, the cornerback for the Rangers, one of two that came up and just made the hit immediately. And I think they gave him a yard, maybe two. I think they gave him a 2-yard gain to the 3. So it's 3rd and goal from the 3 for the Weevils coming up.
So here we go, a chance for the defense to be tested already in the red zone. Weevils knocking on the door, 3rd down and goal to go. Ball looks to be spotted at about the 3-yard line, 12:52 left to go on the game clock. Scoreboard sponsor, Community Bank of Alva, Oklahoma. Handoff up the middle to Thomas, big pile of Rangers. Boll Weevils are saying touchdown and no signal. Now we have it from the far side official. They're going to say that Thomas leaned across, and the Boll Weevils have open scoring in the 23 football season with a touchdown set up by an incredibly long pitch and catch to star wide receiver LeCedric Smith.
Yeah, it was from the 39 all the way down to the 5, and man, just that big chunk of change. It's hard when your defense gets put, 1st and goal scenario early on, and as we said, Thomas just went over the right side and got in for the touchdown.
So now the the point after attempt upcoming. Snap back, hold down, balls away. Looks good. It is good. Boll Weevils lead the Rangers 7-0. 12:39 left to go in quarter number 1 on the Community Bank scoreboard. We'll take an opening timeout. You're listening to Ranger Football, brought to you by Holder Drug of Alva.
The Alva Moose Lodge is a proud supporter of all Northwestern and Alva public school activities and strives to be the heart of the community through fundraisers and community-based events that make a difference in the lives of individuals, kids, and families throughout Northwest Oklahoma. On a national basis, the Moose Fraternity provides at-risk children with a second chance at life and its senior members a comforting retirement at its 5-star senior facility in Florida. If you would like to see how you can help make a difference in the lives of those in need, stop by the Alva Moose Lodge Monday through Saturday from 4 p.m. to 10:30 p.m. at 302 7th Street to learn more.
The Tacoma Farmers Co-op is a proud supporter of Ranger and Goldbug activities since 1916. They have been here to serve you with all your farming and ranching needs with a wide range of goods and services from fuel, hardware, fencing, tires, feed and seed, plus fertilizer. They're here to meet your needs. Choose to trade with a co-op that gives its profits back to you. To learn about the Tacoma Co-op Advantage, stop by one of 5 locations in Moreland, Freedom, Winoka, Jet, and Tacoma, or visit them at tacomacoop.com and get a better service at a better place.
Summer temperatures and driving conditions can take a toll on any vehicle, especially in Oklahoma. It's important to have your vehicle inspected before hitting the road during these summer months, and your friends at K&S Tire can help with that inspection. Stop by and see us at 2590 College Boulevard, right here in Alva, or call 580-327-2323 to schedule your appointment today. We check everything from tires, brakes, filters, fluids, to preventative maintenance. K&S Tire proudly supports all Ranger and Goldbug activities.
Welcome back live to Ranger Football. 5-play, 75-yard touchdown drive for the Boll Weevils to open the 23 football season. Now back deep for the Rangers is going to be Blake Jones and I believe Julian Jackson to return this kick. Boll Weevils put it in the air. It is headed toward Jackson. He is going to take it at about the 10-yard line, comes across the field to the 15, to the 20. He's got a lane across the 30. Great block. Tries to slide by a tackler, but gets beyond the 40-yard line before he's finally shoved out of bounds. And that is going to make it work for the Rangers. What a great setup. And now we've got some flags coming in as UAM got into the Rangers sideline. They started doing a little pushing and shoving. I immediately saw one of the Rangers throw his hands in the air, and as the referees were backing the Boll Weevils up, a lot of jawing, and then all of a sudden 2 flags hit the field. Now this could be offsetting, but let's hope it's against the Boll Weevils.
The 2 guys for the Weevils that were involved, Kyle Abraham and then also Timothy Gordon. Those were the 2 that were closest right along the sideline. But by the way, fantastic return. I mean, he caught it, as you mentioned, at around the 10, just kind of went to that left side and just all kinds of running room. And now we just have to kind of read the penalties. Yep. And it was the first guy that I thought, Kyle Abraham, a 6'1", 170-pound sophomore, that gets the flag for the Weevils.
Well, Mr. Abraham, we appreciate it.
Absolutely.
The additional field position hurts no Ranger, I can assure you of that.
Well, all of a sudden, Matt, because of that, you already had a great return, all the way up almost to your own 45. Now you add the penalty on, and you start inside Weevil territory at their 45-yard line. So this is a great opportunity for this young Ranger offense.
Very short field for the guys in solid black, Northwestern all-black uniforms, red numbers, white trim, black helmets. Good-looking home series here. Caleb Deal to take his first snap in a Ranger uniform. It'll be a handoff to Darian Gill, as he charges forward. The little halfback will carry it across the 40 down to the 39-yard line. That's a pickup of 6 on first down, 2nd and 4 for the Rangers.
I love that call, Matt. Like I said in kind of our keys to the game, run the ball early. Even though you give that opening touchdown, don't get out of your offensive plan. And, boy, good 6-yard gain to set up a 2nd and 4.
Deal back in the shotgun again. Gill to his right, and now they'll split him out. An empty backfield. 3 wide receivers to the far side, 2 tight ends in the formation. Caleb Deal going to take it on the run across the 40 and gets out of bounds. Back to the line of scrimmage, give him +2. So that takes 2nd and 4, down to 3rd and 2. Got a little shove on the way out of bounds. Questionable as to whether or not it was still inside the white line. Referees probably just warned everybody right there.
Yeah, and the guy that made the hit was Greg Hooks, the 6'1", 195-pound junior, just right along that end line. But good. 3rd and short here for the Rangers, 3rd and 3 coming up.
So here we go. Darian Gill again in the backfield. Caleb Deal to take the snap, drops back, wants to throw. First time, that one's going to be batted.
Yep.
Had a receiver in the flat. He was looking for Gill, and defense got a hand up on it. Looked to me like that was knocked out of the air by Tavante Bond.
Yeah, it was Bond. He got his big hand up, and I know what they were trying to do, a little flat screen out over the right side, and just couldn't quite get it there. But now, look, I think if this is a great call if you're the Rangers, you got to go for it here. It's 4th down and 3. You're in there into the field, and so let's see if the Rangers can make a 4th down play happen here.
Probably just a bit outside of field goal range. Ball is at the 38-yard line, 4th down, and call it 3. Snap back to Deal, handoff to Gill, finds a crease, and he's going to get across the 35-yard line all the way down to the 31. That's going to be a Ranger first down, and for the first time this season in their first opportunity, the Rangers convert on 4th down.
Yeah, that's a great 4th down conversion. I love the run. They went left side and just kind of peeled off the defenders there, and just a great run by Gill to get around the corner and pick up the first down. It goes to the 31.
For an offense playing together for the first time, new faces all around, they looked really in step right there. Hand off to Gill again. This time he'll attack the middle of the UAM defense. 3 tacklers to take him down, but he will cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line. Short gain, call it a yard, maybe 2. Will bring up 2nd long.
Yeah, Anthony Hankins, one of the first guys to get there for the Weevils. And, it looks like they did give him 2 yards to the 29, so it'll be a 2nd and 8 for the Rangers coming up.
23, Jashawn Foster will check in place of Gill for his first carries of the game. He is the 2nd-string running back, the number 2 guy. And you'll see a lot of rotation with those guys. Deal back to pass again. Pressure coming, has to escape, gets out of bounds again. I don't think there was any gain on that play. He probably got back very close to the line of scrimmage. But credit to the freshman quarterback, Caleb Deal, keeping his cool.
No, that's good escapability, and you didn't force anything. Sometimes that's hard for a young player. The guy defensively that blew that play up, though, was Theron Bellard. He just came right up the middle and really kind of forced Deal to make that scramble.
Freshman quarterback Caleb Deal from Frisco, Texas. A year ago this time, Craig, he was playing his first football game at the senior year for Reedy High School as he'll wind up and throw incomplete pass. Rangers looking for a flag. Receiver was shoved down, not going to get it that time. It was Torrance Stevens, T-Man, the target.
Yeah, they're not going to get the call. There was some contact right as the ball was coming in there, but I think it was a little bit incidental. So, but again, I think if you're the Rangers, we'll see. It looks like they're going to go for it. It's a 4th and 8 essentially, but I still like this call. Let's see if you can make something happen here in the early stages of this game.
Ronnie Jones and Jason Madrano, that's head coach and assistant head coach. Madrano, the offensive coordinator. And right now, Craig, showing us their mental. 4th down is just another running play.
I like it.
So here we go. Deal out of the shotgun, takes the snap. Rush coming. Field opens up. Deal will pump fake and throw over the middle. Knocked out of the hands of the intended target and intercepted by Arkansas Monticello. And that was just an unlucky bounce. Deal hit his man right in the chest. Arkansas Monticello made a great play, stuck the wide receiver, ball popped out right into the hands of an awaiting linebacker.
Yeah, it was Johnny Taylor who got it popped right into him. He's a defensive lineman. The big fellas don't usually get things like that, but it was just it's a bang-bang play. There's not much you can do there if you're the Rangers. If you catch that, you're right at the first down marker or pretty close to it. It didn't, and Monticello makes the play, but I still like the call, and I'll go with that.
Well, and here's the good thing about that. I mean, you hate to have an interception on the opening drive.
Sure.
That's not Caleb Deal's fault, by the way. But the Boll Weevils will have worse starting field position on their second possession than they did on their first.
Yeah, for sure.
So let's see how the Rangers rebound following an interception on the first drive of the 23 football season. Hand off up the middle for the Boll Weevils. Plenty of room to run. They're going to pick up about 5 right there as Thomas just kind of grinding his way forward, dragging some black jerseys along with him.
Yeah, just right side of that big offensive line, and looks like they officially gave him 4, so it sets up a 2nd down and 6.
2 first downs for Arkansas Monticello, just 1 for the Rangers so far. 2nd down, we'll call it 6 to go. Ball is at the 26-yard line. High snap over the head of Brown. It's a race to get back to the ball.
Got it.
DeMillion Brown tries to fall on it. Can't. Rangers pick it up. Touchdown Northwestern. Johnny on the spot was Anton Martin.
Yeah, Martin was right there. That's a little bit of mistake by Brown. I think he wanted to still try to make a play there. He tried to dive and pick up the ball. It just couldn't grab onto it, and Martin was right there, scoop it up inside the 5, and he scores the defensive touchdown. That's the other reason why I know it happened this way, but that's the other reason why I didn't mind the Rangers going for it in that situation.
I'll tell you what, man, last year in Monticello, the Rangers had a big defensive touchdown that looked very similar to that. It wasn't a high snap, but DeMillion Brown tried to take the ball on a quarterback keeper. He got absolutely hammered by one of the Ranger linebackers, popped the ball out. We picked it up and took it into the end zone, and now for the 2nd year in a row, a defensive touchdown on the board for Northwestern.
That's also the mistakes we talked about in our keys to the game. Bad snap leads to that, and the Rangers get score out of it.
Tyler Fury on for the point after attempt. It's up, looks good, is good. Rangers have tied the game at 7, 9:28 to go in quarter number 1 on the Community Bank scoreboard. We'll take a timeout and be right back. You're listening to Ranger Football, brought to you by Holder Drug of Alva.
818 Diner has consistently provided the city of Alva with quality comfort food and great service since opening in 2019. Join us for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Some of our popular menu items to choose from include the BCB burger, the French dip, and our staples such as Terry's Chicken Fried Steak, Don's Hamburger Steak, and Joe's Chicken Tenders. Open Monday and Wednesday through Sunday from 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. and open for dinner Wednesday through Friday, 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. So if you want a variety of menu items and friendly service to give you that local diner feeling, visit 818 Diner right here in Alva.
Fall is right around the corner, and so are the savings at G&G Home Furnishings in Alva. It's our annual Labor Day sale here at G&G. Some of the items on sale include lift bases for king and queen mattresses, sofas, love seats, recliners on sale as well. Don't miss out on all the savings at G&G with their Labor Day sale going on until September 17th. For listings on all the products, visit our Facebook page with daily posts, visit our website at gnghomefurnishings.com, or stop by in say hello and browse in person at 2107 College Boulevard right here in Alva.
Welcome back live to Ranger Football. Matt Adair alongside Craig Kilman. A defensive touchdown on the board for the Rangers, and that will even the score back up at 7, 9:28 to go in quarter number 1 on the Community Bank scoreboard. Big play for Northwestern, Craig. You just talk about the little things that lead to that.
Yep.
Going for it twice on 4th down, but we were aided on that drive by that Arkansas Monticello penalty. That's one that, if Brown's got 15 more yards, maybe he cradles that ball back up, or at least doesn't give up the touchdown right there. But Ranger defense looked pretty sharp right there.
No, they did. And again, anytime the other team makes a mistake, sometimes then you have to make that happen from your standpoint, as the Rangers did there, when Martin just really quickly to scoop on that and score. And, again, 7-7, you're right there if you're the Rangers.
Connor Tillman again set to kick it off. High end over end kick comes down to the Right side, going to be taken by Monticello at about the 15-yard line. Slips some tackles across the 20, gets by another at the 30, and he's going downhill across the 40-yard line. Good return for the Boll Weevils right there. However, Rangers had plenty of opportunities to make a play. It didn't. Injured Ranger down on the field, and a flag is down at the 30-yard line. This could be a hold or a block in the back. It's right there in the area where he started slipping tackles and getting through guys.
Yeah, you're hoping from a Ranger perspective that's the case, and I think it might be because it looks like they're pulling the ball back. But that was Greg Hooks. He did make a good return, got the ball at around the 14, and then the Rangers, you mentioned that they had multiple opportunities around the 20, I think again at the 25, and couldn't haul him in. But, yeah, luckily, as we were kind of hopefully anticipating, it was an illegal block for the Weevils, and that's significant because now all of a sudden rather than having it up around, the 45 or so, they're going to start all the way back to their 20.
Injured player for the Rangers is starting defensive back Braden Waters. Looks to be holding arm or shoulder, being attended to by the training staff. But, Craig, he looks like he's hurting right now.
Yeah, he does. And so the Rangers will have to slide in a new defender in that spot.
Bunched wide receivers to the far side. 3 of them out there, triangle formation. Snap back to Brown, looking at that right side. Now he wants to run. Gets out of the pocket, throws deep downfield, intended for Isaiah Cross. Got a hand on it, couldn't bring it in. Good coverage. Rangers were there, but, man, Isaiah Cross can get up in the air.
He could. The ball just sailed a little bit on Brown. He worked his way out of the pocket to the left and then kind of threw it up. And Cross got the one hand on it, but not able to bring it all the way in.
So here we go. 2nd down and 10 to go. Brown again out of the shotgun. 4 wideouts, 1 man in the backfield. They will fake the give. No, they went ahead and handed it off to Thomas, and then he is going to be rolled up just shy of the 25-yard line. Give him the 24. That's a pickup of 4 on 2nd down. Brings up 3rd and 6 for the Boll Weevils.
And Garris Reed made a really good play, the interior D tackle for the Rangers. He just wasn't fooled by that give and kind of stayed home and made that just a minimal, wound up being a 4-yard gain is all.
And here we go again. A bad snap back over the head of Brown, but this play is going to be whistled dead. The Boll Weevils kind of bailed out on that one. They had a false start. Otherwise, we were looking at another possible defensive recovery to the end zone. Brown got to that one pretty early, but he was about the 1-yard line. Didn't have much room.
Right. So early on, look, the center to quarterback exchange, especially when you're in a shotgun offense, it's always significant. Carter Sanders is the starting center for the Weevils, and you got to wonder, he's had some real issues now in the last 2 drives.
That's a true freshman center. Maybe getting a little rattled.
A little different at this level than at the high school level for sure.
Stacked wide receivers to either side. 4 wideouts in the formation. 3rd down and 11 for the Weevils. Snap back to Brown. Wants to throw. Going to be chased out of the pocket. Comes to the near side, connects with Isaiah Cross at about the 33-yard line, gets out of bounds at the 36. Isaiah Cross is difficult to guard in those crossing routes. That's the 2nd time we've seen him just patrolling the field from the far side to the near, allowing a broken play to just kind of continue, and great work from DeMylan Brown. Eyes downfield, finding his guy.
No question about it. You mentioned Cross. He with another shallow cross, if you will, and he gets all the way up to the 31 for a big 1st down.
Just the 3rd first down for Monticello. This time they'll hit a quick route to the near side. It is complete at the 40-yard line. Reeling that one in was Arlie Lee.
Yeah, just a little quick toss there, and Lee able to pick up, looks like about 6 on that one, which will set up a 2nd down and 4 as the football moves up to the 42.
Another wide receiver to the near side is going to be Nick Howard. Where's number 81? Haven't got a chance to call his name yet, but he's a good-looking target.
By the way, that last 3rd down conversion for the Weevils, they are 2 of 2 on 3rd down conversions in this opening quarter.
2nd and about 4. Brown will load up, throws intended for Howard, and they're going to get the pass interference flag. Looked like the Rangers got a hold of a jersey there. That was Dawson Marchant, who's going to be flagged for pass interference there. And again, he lined up, and it was Nick Howard. It's the first time I've noticed that they had Howard isolated on this near side. And I said that he's a big target. Nick Howard goes 6'3", 170 pounds, looks quite a bit taller than that as he goes up against Dawson Marchant, who is 6'2", 195, but Howard looks a lot taller than just 6'3".
And here's the other bad thing. Rangers brought the pressure on both sides, and they almost got to Brown for the sack on that right side. He just did get it off and obviously The penalty gives the Weevils a first down inside Ranger territory all the way up to the 46.
New receiver in the formation is Roscoe Parrish. He'll be on the same side as Howard, two most dangerous guys typically on the opposite end. LeCedric Smith, Isaiah Cross. Brown again out of the shotgun, handoff up the middle, and this one is going to rip across the 35-yard line, clear up to the 40 as the Rangers try and strip the ball out, but Hayden Thomas had a secure hold on it and a good carry on first down, a pickup of about 7.
Yeah, it was Gabe Dozier that got the tackle for the Rangers, so just kind of grabbed onto him and held on as much as he could. But, yeah, another 6-yard gain, so a 2nd down and 4, and the ball's already at the Ranger 40-yard line.
Now, we've seen DeMylan Brown scramble and make some plays in the passing game. We haven't seen him try and take off and run yet.
Yeah, not yet.
3 wide receivers to the far side, looking that direction. Long throw downfield, broken up by the Rangers. Excellently placed ball, but great defensive coverage by the Rangers. In fact, Craig, tough to not say we were beat by about a half step there, but good closing speed from the defensive backfield of the Rangers. That was Jerron Burks.
Burks, just a fan. I mean, you can't teach it better than that, Matt. I mean, he looked back when the ball was in the air and just came up and knocked the ball out of play. That was fantastic coverage and a great play by Burks.
2 wide receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side. Fullback in this time. Fakes the give, and instead they'll throw, knocked away by Dawson Marchant. This time as he puts the ball out of the hands of Nick Howard. Another good throw by DeMylan Brown, broken up by the Rangers.
Now, Marchant did a fantastic job there as well. He broke on it at the right moment, and I think he got that left hand up and just knocked it away. And so now, obviously, I think they're probably going to go for it here, but you got a 4th down and 4 for the Weevils at the Rangers' 40-yard line. This is a huge opportunity for the Ranger defense.
Kind of that same tricky, little bit of a fickle place that Northwestern was. And the Boll Weevils will take a timeout. It'll be our first of the game. A media timeout brought to you by Ignite Physical Therapy as we send both teams to the sidelines, locked up at 7, 6:29 left to go on the Community Bank scoreboard. You're listening to Ranger Football, brought to you by Holder Drug.
Alva State Bank and Trust Company, older than Oklahoma, big enough to serve you and small enough to know you.
We love to give back to our customers. Did you know Alva State Bank offers a great rewards checking account program? That's right. You can earn cash back or high interest with our Kasasa accounts. We will even refund you up to $25 in ATM fees.
How do I qualify?
It's simple. Just swipe your debit card 12 times, sign up for online statements, debit post to your account.
Can I do it online?
Yes. Just visit our website at www.alvastatebank.com to see if our Kasasa Rewards program is right for you. We make banking easy. Whether you're at home, the office, or in your car, our online or mobile banking options help you juggle busy schedules and financial needs.
We plant roots where others have branches.
Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Ranger coaching staff encouraging the crowd to get into this one. 4th down for the Boll Weevils. Snap back to Brown. Handoff stopped in the backfield. What a big-time defensive play for the Rangers. First man back there looks like it was linebacker Anton Martin.
It sure was. Shot the gap over that left side and just absolutely, he almost took the handoff from Brown as he got there so quickly. Boy, fantastic defensive stand for the Rangers. You could not have asked for a better way for that to work out as you give up some yardage, but then you obviously turn them away. And the Rangers are also going to have now pretty good field position, Matt, at their own 42 for this next drive.
Not bad. It's their worst field position of the game.
Right.
However, last time they started on about their own 40, it was penalty aided after a good kickoff return already for the Rangers. Now a short field to play with. The Rangers find themselves just 58 yards away from pay dirt. Caleb Deal, freshman quarterback in the backfield. Darian Gill back there with him. 2 wideouts to either side. Handoff will be to Gill. Fakes inside, breaks outside, gets a good block across the 50, and here goes Gill across the 40. Now it's a foot race downhill to the 20, to the 10, puts his head down, goes out of bounds inside the 10-yard line, and another flag from Arkansas Monticello. The hits just keep on coming for the boys in white.
I tell you what, that was a tremendous run by Gill. Again, they just went to the left side. They've gone that left side a couple of times now. And he got some good blocks to seal things off, did Gill, and then it was just on the afterburners as he takes it all the way to the 9. And then, like I said, we read the penalty, which I'm pretty sure is going to go against the Weevils.
Like a sprinter coming out of the blocks, Craig. He didn't need much daylight, just a little, and Darian Gill was on the road. Nearly takes that one to the house off of what should have just been a little bit of an inside run play. Bounced it outside and then took off.
Yep. 54 yards, Matt, I think is what I counted that up as. And, yeah, they actually declined the penalty because it was, well, he went even closer than that. Or did they take the penalty?
They took the penalty half the distance.
Yeah, half the distance. So 54 yards on the play, and then obviously with the penalty it goes to the 4-yard line.
Just inside the 10 to now just inside the 5. In fact, the ball is marked across the 4-yard line. We'll call it 3.5 from pay dirt if you're statting along with us at home. 6:02 left to go in an explosive quarter number 1. Rangers look great right now. Caleb Deal will go under center for this one. Takes the snap. Handoff. Boll Weevils in the backfield. Rangers diving, moving forward, stopped just shy. They're going to say at about the 1-yard line. Boll Weevils with a shoestring tackle there to save the touchdown. Carrying the ball that time for the Rangers was Blake Jones.
Yep. Jones took they went to a power look, which is what you expect on the goal line. They have double tights and they have 3 backs in the backfield, a little bit offset. And of course, Deal that time was under center. And we're talking the half-yard line now, Matt, for the Rangers to punch it in.
Blake Jones stays in the game, 5'10", 180-pound true freshman running back. Caleb Deal again will be under center, flanked on either side. And now we're going to have flags everywhere as one of the Ranger offensive linemen gets shoved back. They act like this is going to be encroachment against the Boll Weevils.
I think it is. I think he shoved one of the defensive linemen. I didn't catch the number, but I'm pretty sure, they shoved the Ranger offensive lineman. He just fell straight backwards. So, it's going to be still second down and basically still in the same spot, kind of right at that half-yard line.
Disciplined offensive lineman did not flinch a bit, just
fell
fell
back
over
and said, I'll take it.
Absolutely.
No problem.
So what was the half-yard line will move forward to about the half-inch line. Nose of the ball resting just outside the end zone.
Look, we're a ways away, but that's about as close as you can get without going over the way they've got that ball.
Caleb Deal under center. Takes the snap. Rolls to his right. Handoff. Blake Jones. Touchdown, Rangers.
Yep. Just dove right over the right side. Matt, for a minute I thought they might go quarterback sneak, but then he pulled it out, gave to Jones, and just dove over that right side for the first offensive touchdown of the new year for the Ronnie Jones era.
Second touchdown for the Rangers. First offensive score. I love it. Defense is aggressive. Offense is answering the call. After giving up a big play that set Monticello up on their very first drive of the game, the Rangers come back and now take the lead. It is 13-7. 4:44 left to go on the Community Bank scoreboard. Point after attempt off the foot of Tyler Fury. Upcoming. Flags down. Maybe a delay of game.
Yep.
Rangers didn't get set up quite fast enough, so they'll have to back up 5. That should not affect the foot of Tyler Fury any. The first point after attempt was good by more than enough. However, you hate giving up any distance.
Right, you do.
Second flag on the Rangers. 3 penalties against Arkansas Monticello. 2 of them unsportsmanlike. So far proving themselves to be an undisciplined group. Point after attempt is on the way. It's up. It's good. The Rangers lead 14-7 in the home opener against UAM. 4:44 left to go in quarter number 1. You're listening to Ranger Football, brought to you by Holder Drug of Alva.
Alva Health and Wellness is Alva's newest healthcare option, offering a broad array of services geared to address today's most common illnesses and injuries. Alva Health and Wellness offers services for you and your child, including sickness, wellness, chronic care management, vaccinations, weight loss, and so much more. Find more information online by visiting alvahealthandwellness.com or come by and make an appointment with Jeremy Logston in person at 515 College Avenue right here in Alva.
818 Diner has consistently provided the city of Alva with quality comfort food and great service since opening in 2019. Join us for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Some of our popular menu items to choose from include the BCB burger, the French dip, and our staples such as Terry's chicken fried steak, Don's hamburger steak, and Joe's chicken tenders. Open Monday and Wednesday through Sunday from 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. and open for dinner Wednesday through Friday, 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. So if you want a variety of menu items and friendly service to give you that local diner feeling, visit 818 Diner right here in Alva.
Rangers to kick it off after punching one in. It's going to go deep to Gamage. He'll field it at the 6-yard line across the 10, the 15, to the 20. Slips by a group of Rangers and then is shoestring tackled across the 30-yard line. Flag flying in from the back. Typically, you don't see that being a flag against the team making the tackle. That's more normally associated with holding or a block in the back, but we will see. If that's the case, boy, penalties would be just shooting Arkansas Monticello in their foot.
Yeah, we'll have to watch it. It is in that area where you typically would see that. But right now they would have it at the 32. And looks like it is a hold on the Weevils. So absolutely, you hit it on the head. They are just absolutely killing themselves with penalties. That's going to put the ball all the way back to the 16-yard line. So, Matt, they've now started their last drive on their own 20, the one before that on their own 29, and then before that on their own 25. So they have had not fantastic field position, have the Weevils so far.
Certainly not been the game that I think they hoped to have in the first quarter, other than that very first series.
Yeah.
And really, that was just one long play on a missed tackle.
Yep.
Snap back to Brown. Handoff to the fullback this time. Gaping hole right down the middle of the field. He's going to carry it across the 40, 45, 50. He's definitely going to be caught from behind. It's just when and to what extent will the Rangers be able to get a hold of him. They roll him out of bounds at the 20-yard line, but what a breakaway run for, I believe that was Gary Furman.
Yeah, Furman, yeah.
6 foot tall, 225-pound junior out of Santa Ana. Now, he's a big guy. Just physically imposing type of a back. He does not have the best speed I've ever seen. But, man, talk about a good running back. When he broke through, Craig saw green grass, immediately started to kind of secure the ball, both hands over the top of it. He was not giving that one up.
No, he was not giving it up. And there was also a flag on the Rangers as well, which adds to this. That's unfortunate because the carry went all the way to the 19, but then you tack on the penalty against Northwestern, and my goodness, now – if you're the Weevils, they're going to have it inside the Ranger 10. I think they spotted down at the 9 now.
This Ranger defense can certainly bring the hits. They've done well in coverage at times, but now 2 missed tackles have led to extremely large plays for Arkansas Monticello. That time, just a pretty basic little cross-back maneuver, give it to the big guy, and he rumbled down the field.
About 64 yards is what I had it counted on that run from Furman.
First down and goal to go. Snap back to Brown, looking corner of the end zone. Crossing route knocked away. Great defensive play again over there. Brooks again, his second pass breakup of the game.
Yeah, just again, he broke on the ball perfectly. It was a little slant pattern, inside slant. And, man, just a good job by the Rangers to knock that one away.
I said Brooks. That's actually Daniel Contreras. No, that's a defensive lineman listed on the roster. Not sure exactly who that is standing out there. Looks like number 5. That is Jerron Burks. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, it is Burks. Yeah.
Yep, you were right the first time, Craig. Handoff up the middle. It's the big man again on the carry. This time, dragging a couple of Rangers with him, and he'll be spiked to the ground just shy of the 5-yard line. He is a load
really
to bring down. Gary Furman, 6 foot tall, 225 pounds. Doesn't sound that physically imposing, but, man, he runs like he's a much bigger guy.
And 6 foot is certainly not a short guy, but I still feel like, when you're looking at 6'3", 6'4" guys, he's got a fairly low center of gravity. And, yeah, it's let's see, he did get, 3 yards on that, so it's going to be a third and goal now from the 6.
Kind of an old-school bruising halfback, if you will. Motion for the Weevils. They'll hand off to Furman again, and this time he's going to be hit at the line of scrimmage. Got him turned backwards, and then the rest of the Ranger defense flushes in around him. They'll stop him shy of the 5-yard line. And that'll bring up 4th down, and if I'm not mistaken, I think the field goal unit is coming out onto the field.
Yeah, and Matt, again, I think that was Garris Reed, one of that interior defensive tackle that first kind of made the hit on Furman and just didn't give him anywhere to go with it. In fact, he gained nothing. So 4th and 6, and you're right, the Weevils will try to see if they can tack on a field goal here.
Garris Reed tells me all the time, call me Tank, showing why right there.
For sure.
Field goal attempt on the way for the Boll Weevils. Snap back, ball down, kick is away. Looks good. It is good. That one was about a 23-yard field goal attempt. And the Weevils will bring themselves within 4. It is 14-10. Rangers on top. Still in the first quarter. 2:36 to go on the Community Bank scoreboard. You're listening to Ranger Football, brought to you by Holder Drug.
At Ignite Physical Therapy, we assist in the therapy of many different aspects, such as advanced problem solving, joint mobilization, treatment of adverse neural tension, evaluation and treatment of muscle imbalance, tissue-specific exercise, and patient education. Dr. Jared Hayda and staff want to get you back to the life that you had before your injury. They have helped so many through rehabilitation, and they can do the same for you. Stop by and see the staff at Ignite Physical Therapy on 520 Flynn Street, or make an appointment by calling 580-327-3331.
Looking for the best in lawn care? Peak Environment has you covered. We offer a wide range of services, including full-service mowing, weed control, Christmas light installation, and more. Peak Environment provides efficient and affordable services across Northwest Oklahoma with branches in Alva, Enid, and Woodward. Call our office today at 580-748-8003 for a free quote on any service. That's Peak Environment, 748-8003. Proud supporter of all Ranger and Goldbug Athletics. Welcome back to Ranger football. Long end-over-end kick, I believe, fielded by Jackson on the far side at the 15-yard line. Outruns a tackler, now tries to turn the corner at the 20, and he will escape out of bounds. He was untouched, and now the Boll Weevils will again get a flag. There was a Ranger getting up off the turf, shoved him right in the back. Referees saw the whole thing. Flag immediately comes flying in. These guys just can't seem to stop at the whistle.
It was a good return by Julian Jackson, and again, right near the Rangers sideline is where a lot of this is happening as he gets shoved out of bounds, and then multiple flags. It wasn't even like just one. It's like two or three come on the carpet, and we'll see what they call. But
now, after the Boll Weevil player pushed one of the Rangers who was on the ground already, got up and was in the kind of a squatted stance, fixing to get up, shoved him right in the back. A couple of the Rangers kind of stepped in, so I don't know if we'll have offsetting. Doesn't look like it was enough.
Personal foul, blindside block on the Rangers. So that's what they call.
Oh, they didn't call the after the play stuff?
Not at all.
Wow,
I really thought they might, which would have negated everything, but no, they did not. And
well, that's the first big miss for the officiating crew of the afternoon because, man, that one was obvious.
It sure was, and all the way back to the 13. So this will be, field position-wise, certainly the worst starting field position for the Rangers.
Of the entire season.
Yeah. That's good call there, Matt.
Ball first and 10 at the 13, call it the 14-yard line. Scoreboard says 12. I don't quite think that's right.
Yeah, I think it's right at the 13. It looked to me closer to the 13.
We'll call it the 13.
Whatever. What do we know?
Snap back to Caleb Deal. Hand off to Gill, looking for a hole. Kind of cuts back up inside, and he'll stumble across the 15-yard line shy of the 20 on first down. Few positive yards there, but Arkansas Monticello did a good job kind of stringing that play out. Defense moved well.
Yeah, they really did, But at this point, back deep in your own end, that's actually a really good play to start the drive. You get about 5 yards, and you give yourself a little bit of breathing room as you now have it out to about the 17.
Second down and somewhere between 5 and 6. We'll call it 6. Gill out of the shotgun. 4 wide receivers here. Turns and throws. Completed along the far sideline, and he finds Blevins. Jacob Blevins, the 6'1", 175-pound freshman from Charles Page High School out there in Sand Springs, Oklahoma. His first reception of the game. That may be the first completed pass for the Rangers. Right now I've got Monticello with 94 receiving yards, the Rangers with none before that play. Rushing yards about even, 74 for the Boll Weevils, 71 for the Rangers.
Yeah, and up to the 23, just a nice little quick out move that picks up a Ranger first down.
Fourth first down of the game for the Rangers. Deal again out of the shotgun, fakes the give, little play action. Caleb Deal now is going to scramble, gets to the far sideline, smart play, throws it out of bounds. Like the heads-up thinking from the freshman.
No, I love it because, again, you didn't have what you were hoping to get when you pulled that out and started to run around the end. Don't force it. Don't try to run and maybe lose some yardage. He made that quickly in his head, like, I got to throw it away, and he threw it away. So that, again, young quarterbacks, sometimes you don't see that with. So I like that play a lot.
Plays with a lot more maturity than you see from a lot of first-time freshmen, especially with the pressure of being the QB1 signal caller. 1:48 left to go in the first quarter. 14-10 Rangers up on the Community Bank scoreboard. Hard snap count. Deal takes it. Sets his feet, throws one up, has a receiver who's breaking open. In and out of the hands of his intended target. Didn't see.
Kyle Royal.
Yep, that is Royal Kyle.
Sorry, Royal Kyle. I went backwards there.
Got two of those guys that have last names for first names and vice versa. Royal Kyle is one of them. I see his name on paperwork a lot and always kind of have to give it a second look. And then Wilson Cowell is the other one. Both good players, though.
By the way, only the third time the Rangers will have faced a third down, Matt. So far, they're 0 for 2, and here they'll face a 3rd and 10.
3rd down and 10 to go, deep in their own territory. Certainly like to see a conversion here.
Yeah.
One man in the backfield with Caleb Deal. Takes a snap, drops back. Looking downfield now, throws bullet pass, and that one's going to be knocked away at the last second. The window was there for a moment. Deal may have delayed that throw just a bit. Arkansas Monticello able to get a hand on it. I think the intended target was Torrance Stevens.
Yeah, and it was Demarius White that came over the middle and just kind of dove and able to get his hands on it and knock it away. And so Rangers go 3 and out. They'll have to punt from deep in their own end here.
Punter on the field for the Rangers is going to be, I think that's backup quarterback Jake Woodring, who's going to be punting this one away. Snap is back, pressure coming. Monticello may have gotten a hand on it. It's a low kick, but it's going to take a tremendous Ranger bounce. Hits down at the 40 in Ranger territory, rolls across midfield, rolls across the 40-yard line, comes dead at about the 37. So for a punt that may have been partially blocked, the Rangers come out looking not so bad.
I don't think May it definitely hit that, but just again, it's just the English that he had off of it enough to where it could just, once it hit after that initial, the tip, then it just kept rolling, and so you're living right there, is because it goes all the way to the 36. In Monticello territory, so that's where the Boll Weevils will take over.
I believe this will be the fourth offensive series for the Monticello Boll Weevils. Rangers gave up big plays in Series 1 and 3 and then turned a touchdown in Series 2. Handoff inside. That one's going to be to the starter, Hayden Thomas. Not much running room. A couple of yards on first down, 3rd and 8 coming up. Second and 8.
Yeah, for the most part, Rangers have done a good job on Thomas. You can tell he's got some size and quickness. He hasn't really broken anything just yet. And you mentioned it, just 2 yards on that one.
Not near as much running quarterback from Monticello as we've seen in the past. And that may be with, DeMylan Brown having suffered an injury last year. I think they really realize how valuable he is, maybe trying to keep the pads off of him a bit. Quick throw to the flat far side. It's complete. Rangers there to sniff it out, but a good pickup for the Boll Weevils across the 40, knocked down shy of the 45. They needed 8. They got at least 6 of them. That's going to bring up 3rd down and short.
Yeah, and it was also a really good block over there by the receiver that we've called his name catching the football in Isaiah Cross, but he made the block that kind of set up that play to make what it did. And right now you got a 3rd down and 2 coming up for the Boll Weevils, and right now, coming into this play, they're 2 of 4 on 3rd down conversions in this opening half.
16 seconds left in the first quarter. I don't believe the Boll Weevils have to snap the ball. We'll see if they choose to take the play, and they will. Brown will take it, hand off to Thomas.
I don't think.
And he is going to be, if it goes with the guy on the far sideline, he's going to be marked just short. It'll bring up 4th down and a yard, and that will expire the first quarter of play. We'll take a timeout, brought to you by Ignite Physical Therapy. When we come back, quarter number 2. We'll get rolling. Rangers up 14-10 here in the home opener. You're listening to Ranger Football, brought to you by Holder Drug.
We know how much love your pet gives you. We're Ridgeview Veterinary Hospital. We're always here for you and your pet. Ridgeview Vet Hospital provides the most comprehensive care from regular checkups to emergency. Ridgeview Vet Hospital proudly provides veterinary services to all animals, large or small. Visit us today to let Dr. Lohman and his staff take care of your extended family, located right here in Alva, or call us to schedule your appointment at 580-327-0201. Ridgeview Vet Hospital is a proud supporter of Alva and Northwestern activities.
Keeping your car clean is an inexpensive way to protect its value. Shirley Shine Car Wash, located west of Love, offers a 6-bay self-serve car wash, including 3 truck bays. Your wash options include soap, tire cleaner, foamy brush, wax, spot-free rinse, and air chamois. And you can pay with credit, debit card, or quarters. Don't just clean the outside, clean the inside with its self-serve car vacuum. You can also clean your pet with their self-serve dog wash. Company vehicle? Be sure to ask about our fleet account. So the next time your vehicle needs rinsed or detailed, come by Shirley Shine Car Wash, located right here in Alva.
Welcome back to Ranger Football. Monticello will now be going with the wind as they will head right to left across your radio dial. They'll be scoring in the direction of the Northwestern Fieldhouse. Rangers will be facing the Tiers. Snap back, 4th and 1, handoff, and this time Thomas finds a crease and gets through. Last time it was a tackle for loss in the backfield and a turnover on 4th down. Boll Weevils convert on this one. They're now 1 of 2 on the day. A couple of the Shirley Shine Car Wash statistics through the first quarter of play. 6 first downs for Monticello, 7 now, just 3 for the Rangers. Rushing average pretty close. Monticello averaging 7.5 yards a carry. Rangers just over 8 yards a carry. And rushing yards knotted up exactly equal at 74 apiece. Those statistics brought to you by Shirley Shine Car Wash of Alva, Oklahoma.
And by the way, that 4th down play, they're now 1 of 2 on 4th down conversions after they made that one.
Brown throws a completed pass along the far sideline. Receiver slips through 2 tackles and is finally brought down across the 35, or right at the 35-yard line, excuse me. Reeling that ball in, I think, was Gibson.
Yeah, it was Gibson.
6'3", 205. Easy target to find.
That's a big kid for sure.
Another first down for the Boll Weevils. Snap back to Brown. Pressure coming. He will have to roll out, being pursued heavily, and then he'll throw one away down the far sideline. That was a good get-rid-of-it type of play.
Now, Rangers got good pressure. They flushed him out of the pocket. They also had good coverage downfield, Matt. So Brown, even when he got out in the open, didn't have anywhere to go with it, so he made that smart play of just kind of throwing it away.
Looked to me like Chima Oz was the one in real hot pursuit of DeMylan Brown. But again, footwork of the quarterback, he's quick.
Yeah, he is. Quick and big and strong, but Rangers have really kept him in check with his feet. You've talked about that. He hasn't really scrambled much so far.
2nd down and 10. 2 wide outs. Brown takes the snap, wants to throw again. This time finds a receiver. It's Isaiah Cross. That ball may have been tipped just slightly. It ended up being thrown just behind Cross. Couldn't quite make the adjustment.
Yeah, that's the question, because if he leads him with it a little bit, he probably catches it and he may have a first down, but just a little bit behind, and Cross just couldn't make the grab.
Got a finger on it, but couldn't find the handle. Isaiah Cross and LeCedric Smith, the 2 dangerous wide receivers, if you will, split to the far side of the field. 2 wideouts also to the near side. 1 man in the backfield with Brown. Again, 4 down linemen for the Rangers, 3 linebackers. Defensive secondary is flat for Northwestern. Snap back to Brown, looking over the middle of the field. Has a wide receiver. Open, caught, stopped. Nope, not. He rolled in the end zone. That's going to be a touchdown, as the Rangers were in fair position, but a very well-thrown ball.
I think it's
and a
Cross.
Touchdown.
I think it's Cross that caught it. We'll make for sure. And he also is a little bit – it is Cross, and he's a little bit shaken up on the play. But that time he started on the right side of the field. It was a deep cross right over the middle, and just a great throw by Brown. What more could you do? And again, able to haul it in was Isaiah Cross for the touchdown.
Put it right in the breadbasket. In fact, Isaiah Cross caught that ball in full stride. Not a stutter step, not a reach, just hit him right where it needed to be.
35-yard strike for the TD, man.
So that's going to put Monticello back on top. They lead the Rangers 16-14, 13:53 left to go here in the first half. Point after attempt for Monticello upcoming. Play clock down to 12 seconds as they break the huddle for the PAT. Waiting the snap count. Snap back, ball down, kicks away, looks good, is good. So the Boll Weevils will lead the Rangers to start things off here in the second half. 16-14 your score. 17-14, there we go. 13:53 left to go. We'll take a break. You're listening to Ranger Football, brought to you by Holder Drug.
What's on your menu tonight? Treat you and your family to the healthiest and freshest cuts of meat from the local team at TNC Meats in Enid. TNC Meats prepare fresh meats every day, from premium Angus beef, house-made sausage, bratwurst, snack sticks, jerky, and much more. Their steaks are also cut to order. TNC Meats also offers several tailgate packages to make your party the best on Saturdays. So, stop in and see the guys at TNC Meats at 2510 West Chestnut and the northwest corner of Cleveland and Chestnut and the Stonebridge Plaza Shopping Center.
Race into Alva September 15th, 16th, and 17th for the Bank Central Big Cruise and Car Show. Friday night kicks into gear with early bird registration, free cookouts, and a cruise. Saturday slams in with hot cars, trucks, motorcycles, food trucks, and the autocross. Saturday night lights up with smoking burnouts, race car exhibitions, and cruising the night away. A free breakfast, church service, and drag racing finish off Sunday. Lots of cash and prizes with no entry fee. Visit BigCruisinCarShow.com. It's the 22nd annual Bank Central Big Cruisin' Car Show, presented by Napa Auto Parts of Alva, Fairview, Woodward, and Canadian, Fechner Pump and Supply, Windy Ford, and Holder Drug. That's September 15th, 16th, and 17th. We'll see you in Alva, and you can find us on Facebook. Welcome back live to Ranger football. In the aftermath of the point after, we had offsetting personal foul penalties. One against the Rangers, one against Arkansas Monticello. Getting a little chippy out there.
It is.
Craig, you got me a great stat there in the commercial break. The Rangers had scored 14 unanswered. Now Monticello on a bit of a run. They've scored 10 unanswered to take the lead back.
Yeah, you think of basketball scoring runs, right? That's a big stat you talk about in basketball. But Monticello scored the first touchdown. The Rangers got 14 unanswered. And then you mentioned now 10 straight as we go back and forth. And the Boll Weevils up 17-14 now.
Boll Weevils will kick the ball away. It's going to be fielded by Jackson. It was mishandled, bounces into the end zone. He'll have to take it out from 2 yards deep across the 10. Look at the speed across the 20, 25, 30. One man to beat down the sideline to the 40. Jackson's going to take it to the house. One man possibly going to catch him at the 10-yard line. Jackson tried to give a little stutter step, and Monticello caught up with him. But another great return from Julian Jackson. And Craig, you talk about a guy that can hide back there when he's returning the ball. Jackson goes 5'3", 160 pounds, a freshman. But boy, has he got a rocket engine when he gets an open field.
Yeah, and he almost took it over 100 yards because you mentioned because he touched it, he had to bring it out, right? Because he touched it and it went back into the end zone. He's like, I got to bring it out. Well, guess what? He almost takes it over 100 yards. Instead, he gets tackled at the 11-yard line. So either way, you're looking at 89-plus yards on that return. And Jackson has been impressive in that return. Obviously, that's the biggest one, but he's had some good ones already today. And, boy, that was amazing.
I really thought he was gone. Great foot speed in the pursuit from Monticello. Rangers have the ball inside the red zone. First down and goal to go. Ball at the 11. Snap back and then a mishandled pitch from Northwestern. It's still on the ground, and I think the Rangers turned it over.
Yep, they did. Yeah, the mistake there from Gill, partner, is, again, I know you want to pick it up and make a play. Sometimes you have to just fall. You just got to fall on the ball and keep possession. Because he didn't. He tried to scoop it up. He couldn't bring it in, and then Monticello right there to fall on it. Man, that's a big one.
Yeah, golly, that one hurts. Boy.
Yeah, it was illegal motion on the Rangers, so it would have been backed up, but you still would have had the football. But again, when you lose the football like that, Boll Weevils obviously, take the penalty away, and man, just like that, how big a momentum swing. You get the 89-yard return, you basically are 11 yards away from retaking the lead. All of a sudden, you give the ball right back. And the Weevils have it. Looks like they spot it down on about the 22, but that's a huge momentum killer for the Rangers.
Hardest thing right there, the pitch looked good. I thought that hit Gill in fairly good position. It may have been a little late, but one of those things that happens. Defense is going to have to help make up for this one as the Boll Weevils will run the ball straight ahead, and they will pick up a gain of 4 or 5 on first down. Just nothing fancy about that one. A draw play to get things going.
Yeah, that was Thomas on the draw carry, and looks like he picks up 4 is what they're going to call it, so a 2nd and 6 coming up.
I can confirm something that I thought I saw, but I wasn't sure.
Okay.
It was a different quarterback in on that play.
Oh,
that
wow.
was not Caleb Deal that gave that one away.
Okay.
So snap back to Brown, flush from the pocket. He is going to rush to the far sideline. He'll be ushered out of bounds, but picks up the first down.
Well, we talked about Brown not using his feet much. That time he did, and he didn't really hesitate, Matt. When he rolled out to the right, he saw a little bit of a crease and just took off. And, yeah, good run by Brown as he picks up a first down. Looks like they spot the football all the way out to the 33-yard line.
So 1st and 10 for the Boll Weevils. 9 first downs in the game now for Arkansas Monticello. The Rangers have converted just 3 times, and the Rangers gave away one inside the red zone a moment ago. Going to see if the defense can help answer the call. Long pass down the field, thrown very well. Has a receiver running, and that one's going to go floating out of bounds. It was LeCedric Smith, the intended target.
Yeah, Smith was the target. Rangers defended that really well, though. And, in fact, that was Burks, that was on the coverage. And he's had some good coverages in this game so far. So sets up a 2nd and 10.
Just a straight vertical route there from LeCedric Smith. Back in coverage again, like you mentioned, Jerron Burks. And been really impressed with the play of Burks so far. Graduate student from Chicago, putting on a show so far. Snap back, Brown fakes the give, throws. That one's batted, incomplete, and a flag comes in. That is a weak pass interference flag if that's the call.
If that's the call, Dawson Marchant would, I think, be maybe where they're going here, but I don't think so.
Yeah, it looks like he's calling for the shove, but
my goodness.
Man, I don't know about that one. Crew's been better than that all day long and missed one right there.
Well, the way I look at it is, again, the ball's coming in and both are kind of making a play. There wasn't any, I don't know, this is just me, and I know we're calling it from our perspective, but I didn't feel like that was enough contact necessarily to warrant the flag there, but it is, and so it's a 1st and 10. Up to the 48 as the Weevils are right near midfield now.
I think I'm with you, Craig. If you go by the rule, you could probably call that. I just feel like they've been letting that go for the majority of the game thus far. So here we are, 12:30 left to go in the first half, 17-14. Weevils on top. Brown under pressure, throws, complete breakaway speed across the 40, downhill to the 30. And here goes Arkansas Monticello all the way to the end zone, trying to see if we can get a
Nick
number
Howard, I believe,
on that guy. And I think you're right. That is Nick Howard, who just took one to the house against the Ranger defense.
The Rangers got pressure up front, which is fine. In fact, they almost got to Brown, but unfortunately with the pressure, Howard just kind of leaked out on a little turnaround route and just caught it, and there was nobody for the Rangers once he caught it as he takes it to the house and goes 52 yards for the score.
This Northwestern defense thus far, they've looked really solid in parts of the game, but they're starting to maybe show themselves a bit to be prone to the big play.
Yeah, big play.
All 3 of the Monticello scores have come off of the big play. 20-plus yards or more on each of those. In fact, probably 30 yards or more on each of them. Point after attempt is on the way. It's up and good. 24-14. Monticello now on top by 10. 12:20 left to go on the Community Bank scoreboard in the first half. We'll take a break. You're listening to Ranger Football, brought to you by Holder Drug.
Are you in need of electrical work done at your home, farm, or business? Northwest Electric in Alva is your local and friendly contractor for all your electrical needs. Daryl, David, and Scott are fully qualified electricians with over 100 years of combined electrical experience. From new lighting options and troubleshooting to new construction or remodeling of your home or business, Northwest Electric is here to serve you beyond the call of duty. Northwest Electric is a proud supporter of Goldbug and Ranger Athletics. Northwest Electric, where we don't want all the business, just yours.
Your agency of choice for all types of insurance is McDermott Insurance in Alva. For home, auto, farm, or business insurance, the McDermott Agency will protect what you value most by providing the best coverage and client service possible. To get your custom professional insurance review, call McDermott Insurance at 580-327-3500 or visit them at 526 Flynn Street in Alva. McDermott Insurance. They can't predict the future, but they can insure it.
Well, what a tragic turn of events for the Rangers on that possession. A tremendous kick return from Jackson set the Rangers up inside the red zone, inside the 15-yard line. A fumble on first down gave it back to Monticello. They took it 80-plus yards to the house on that drive. They now have scored 17 unanswered.
Yeah, 5 plays, 78 yards on the scoring drive, 52 yards, the touchdown pass to Howard. And, boy, old Mo, right? I mean, I know we talk about it, goodness gracious, but old Mo has a tendency to change rather quickly, and right now, unfortunately for the Rangers, he's in the area of the Weevils.
Blake Jones, Julian Jackson back deep to receive. It'll go to Jackson again. This time fields it cleanly at the goal line, out across the 10, stutter stepping, gets his momentum back underneath him, and then takes it out of bounds at the 20-yard line. Play continuing, and the Bull Weevils will be flagged again for a late hit as they continue to block all the way to the out-of-bounds line. and the referee's having to step in and tell Monticello to get back to their sideline, and I think that's going to be another personal foul penalty against Monticello.
And Julian Jackson, goodness gracious, Matt, I know we've talked about it, but 5'3", 160, that's all he's listed, and I'm not even sure if I'd say he's 5'3", but did you see the move that he made at about the 15, the stutter step around a potential tackler, and it wound up, it's about a 5 or 6 yard gain, but that's just a tremendous little slip move to get around that defender.
Well, and
laid it out of bounds.
Yep.
So that personal foul tax
came to a full stop. All momentum gone, and it starts back up again.
That was impressive.
He's built like a Ferrari, Craig, low to the ground and just all engine on that young man.
There, and he's got an engine that goes for sure. And well, that's a huge chain of events in the Rangers' favor. Now we'll see if they can take advantage of it. But all of a sudden, instead of starting on your own right around the 25, you're going to get it up to the 36-yard line, and so that's going to wind up being pretty decent field position. Again, we do see a new quarterback out there for the Rangers.
Rangers going to have to get their mojo back. I believe this is backup quarterback, listed number 2 on the depth chart, Nick Cardman.
Yep.
Takes the snap, handoff. Rangers running to the far side of the field, and that play's going nowhere. Nope. That one's a backup, wrong direction. Jacob Blevins, the wide receiver, on kind of the end-around type carry.
Yeah, a little wide receiver toss there as he tried to go around and just had nowhere to go. That was good production up front for that defense of the Boll Weevils. They just didn't allow him anywhere to go, and actually a loss on the play, so 2nd and 13.
Cardman out of the shotgun. 4 wideouts on the field for him this time. 4 down linemen for the Boll Weevils. Snap back. Cardman surveys, pump fakes, now throws over the middle, nearly intercepted, and flags come in from everywhere as Torrance Stevens was already on the ground.
Yes, he was.
By the time that ball got anywhere near him.
Yeah, that one was fairly easy to diagnose. You actually had multiple players, I think, that bumped into Stevens there. So I feel like this one is going to be a pass interference in the Rangers category here, against the Weevils, and that's what it is.
And here come the Rangers, 15 yards forward will put them very near the midfield stripe. In fact, they will be at the 48-yard line in Ranger territory, automatic first down.
Michael McCorvey is the one they officially threw that flag on. So, yeah, Rangers in business now, right near midfield at the 48.
4th first down of the game for the Rangers. Production waning as Arkansas Monticello has 12. Snap back to Kerrigan, hand off to Darian Gill, who slips the first set of tacklers but cannot get back to the line of scrimmage. Good pursuit from Arkansas Monticello. In fact, I thought Gill was going to go down. Big arm tackle there that he was able to get out of.
Hate to correct you, but that's Foster on the carry. Deshaun Foster.
Good catch.
Number 23. I just happened to see that it's hard to tell 23, 24, but it was Foster, and you're right. Just not much room. He actually went back a yard, so we got a 2nd and 11 coming up.
Should have known it. Foster's got the red flag on the backside. Rangers out of the shotgun again. Cardman will take the snap. Drops back, has time, surveys the field, now throws. That one's high and incomplete, in and out of the hands of his intended target. I think that's Torrance Stevens again.
It was Stevens.
Been targeted multiple times today, is yet to bring one down. In fact, the Rangers don't have much in the receiving yards category. The stat master still shows them at 0. I know they've got at least one completed pass for fair yardage, 9 or 10, so not very effective in the pass game so far.
The coverage was by McCorvey again. He got the flag a moment ago, but that time did a good job of that pass was high, but kind of got up there and able to help knock it away.
9 receptions for Monticello, just 1 for the Rangers on the day. 203 pass yards for Monticello, still 0 for the Rangers.
Rangers also 0 of 3 on 3rd down conversions. Matt, this is their 4th opportunity.
3rd down and 11, staring the Rangers in the face. Bad snap, and Cardman has to cover it up. And so the Rangers now 0 of 4 on 3rd downs. Offensive production just really kind of starting to wane.
No, it is. And boy, you think about how that momentum switches, and you have a chance to get right back in this. In fact, you have a chance, as we mentioned, to take the lead with that big return to the 11. You turn it right back over. Monticello scores. Now they've kind of got you on your heels, and that's kind of the way the Rangers are playing right now with still about 10 minutes and 20 seconds to go in the half.
Jake Woodring back to take the snap and punt it away. Gets this one off. High spiraling kick will hit down at about the 35-yard line. Take a good Ranger roll across the 20. Inside the 15. Dies at the 13-yard line. Good field flipping punt right there from Woodring.
Well, I'll tell you what, that's what the doctor ordered if you're the Rangers, because you needed to kind of flip some of that field position, and boy, they really did. Got that, again, just got a great bounce on it, and you mentioned it. It does go all the way back to the 13, and that's where the Weevils will take over. But, Matt, look, there's still a ton of time left in this game. We get that. But this is very critical from Ranger defense. I don't think I'm being hyperbolic here, but you got to make a stop, and you got to get the ball back and not give up points. You're only down 10, so this is still very much in the wheelhouse, but the Ranger defense has to make a big stop here.
Bend but don't break, if you will, would be the strategy right here, and it could start with this possession. Handoff for the Boll Weevils. Running back is, I believe, Thomas. He's going to be hit at the line of scrimmage. Got forward maybe a yard or two. Second down and long coming up.
Yeah, not much doing there. Ranger front, able to really kind of knock things down there. Just a 2-yard gain, so 2nd and 8 coming up.
Brown's going to be out of the shotgun. No surprise there. 3 wideouts this time. Takes a snap, drops back, wants to throw. Pressure coming. Chima Oz gets a hand on him, can't bring him down. Brown escapes. Now throws downfield, nearly intercepted as they forced DeMylan Brown into a bad situation and almost came away with a pick.
Bashu Delco, I probably didn't call that right, but that's the guy for the Rangers that jumped in front and got his hands on the ball and almost had the INT.
Would have loved to see him bring that one down.
Yeah.
So close. 3rd down now and long. We'll call it 3rd and 8. Ball is going to be marked at the 15-yard line. 9:28 to go in the first half. 24-14. Arkansas Monticello on top of Northwestern on the Community Bank scoreboard.
Weevils 2 of 5, Matt, on 3rd down conversions in this one.
4 wideouts. Snap back to Brown. Pressure coming. Steps up. Throws. Knocked away. Another great defensive play by the Rangers. Dawson Marchand. Another pass breakup for that Ranger defense.
Just good instincts by Marchand. Again, it was a quick pass, so they wanted to get it out quickly, but Dawson was right there, able to get the hands up and knock it away. And, boy, again, absolutely what you had to have if you're the Rangers. You still got a ton of time left, 9:23 to go in the half, so you got a chance to gain some of the momentum back as you get closer to halftime.
First time that they're going to force a punt out of the Boll Weevils.
Yep.
Gersalti back to punt it away. It's going to be Chase Davidson to return for the Rangers. Snap back. It was low. Northwestern almost got to it. A high wobbling punt. Fair catch called for and made at the 41-yard line, and that's where the Rangers will take over at their own territory. 9:16 to go in quarter number 1. Rangers down 10, 24-14 against Arkansas Monticello.
Chase Davidson is the one who made that fair catch scenario and did a pretty good job, because sometimes those things that hang up, it's hard to judge where it's coming, and he able to catch it. And I know it seems like an easy play, but sometimes that's not, and the Rangers get it at their own 42, so they do have pretty good field position here.
Looks like they're going to go back to Caleb Deal and Chance Gill in the backfield for the Rangers. So the starting battery, if you will. 3 wideouts on the field for Caleb Deal. He will fake the handoff, keep it himself, gets across the 40. He's going to be rolled up, and now a flag rolls in. They may have got his face mask. I thought they did, and then a flag came in.
I'm wondering if you're not right. Tavonta Bond is the one that made the tackle on Deal. We'll have to read it, but
referee's turning his mic on.
Personal foul.
Can't hear him.
I still can't. It is a face. See, I didn't know if it would be personal foul face mask, but I was pretty sure he got his hands in there, and it is. And well, that's a big time penalty for the Rangers, as they're going to have it now once they mark it off inside Weevil territory. It's going to go all the way to the 44-yard line as the Rangers are back in business here.
9th penalty, 88 penalty yards against the Boll Weevils so far.
Well, both teams in a first game scenario, we're seeing penalties be a bit of a significant issue for both.
Snap back to Deal. Gives the ball to Gill. Finds a crease across the 40. Head down and then drives the pile nearly to the 35-yard line. Deal comes out of it still on his feet, whistled down.
That's a great run by Darian Gill. Again, just took it off to the left side. Kind of showed some shiftiness there and went through a couple of tackle opportunities. And, well, all of a sudden you look up, that's an 8-yard gain. You got a 2nd and 2 coming up.
Good run right there. Craig, you mentioned both teams suffering from some penalties. That's true. 5 penalties, 60 yards against the Rangers. I think the one difference has been the vast majority of the Monticello penalties have been of the personal foul variety.
Good point. You can live with some of the things you've seen from a Ranger perspective. I would definitely agree with that.
Caleb Deal out of the gun again, takes the snap, handoff to Darian Gill, has a crease, kind of runs into his own man. He's going to be stopped shy of the 30-yard line, but that's enough for a Ranger first down as Northwestern converts, and they're driving.
I like both of those first 2 runs, Matt. They went stretch play left on the first call. They went stretch play right on that call to Gill. And just, man, take what you can get, and first down Rangers, ball at the 32-yard line.
Tell you, I'm still looking at that goose egg in the Ranger receiving yards category, and I'm just taken aback. It's been a long time since we've been dependent on the run game.
You're exactly right. It hadn't happened very often for sure.
Handoff to Gill again. Good blocking across the 30, and he's going to get out of bounds shy of the 35-yard line. Just takes what the defense gives him right there, gets the clock stopped, 7:32. Some new rules to talk about with college football this year also, Craig. The clock does not stop on first downs anymore unless you're inside 2 minutes at the end of the first half or the end of the game. Replay review has been introduced.
I thought
to
that
Division
was
II
very
football.
interesting when Dustin told me about that. I'll be interested to see how that plays out as the year goes on.
Apparently, every targeting call will be reviewed, and then each coach has one challenge. You have to have a timeout to use it. If you win it, you keep your challenge.
Got it.
Snap back to Deal, floats one up high for the end zone. Jumping incomplete pass, just floated a little bit too far out of bounds. Intended target that time, Jacob Blevins, who really kind of becoming a guy we like to look for downfield.
Yeah, I like the call. I like the throw. Everything is kind of where you would want it. I think defending on that play was Robert Iverson, and just able to get enough of that to kind of knock it away, if you will.
Chance Gill in the game, split wide to the near side.
Greg Hooks on that defensive play.
Snap back to Deal. He will hand off, going to the far side, and just not enough running room. Good pursuit from the linebacking core. I think the Rangers may have gotten back to the line of scrimmage, but that's going to bring up fourth down.
Yeah, and by the way, Rangers still have not converted a third down in this opening half, Matt. They're going to be 0 of 5 now. But again, I think you're going to go for it here with, in this end of the field. It's going to be a fourth down and about 7. And again, I think you got to go for it if you're the Rangers to try to get something going here with about 6.5 to go in the half.
Blake Jones was the back. He'll come out replaced by Darian Gill in the lineup. Tight formation for the Rangers, but bunch wide receivers to the near side. However, they're in tight. Ball's on the far hash mark. Everybody inside the wide hash mark. Snap back to Caleb Deal. Drops back, has time, surveys the field, throws, complete, over the middle, wide open, inside the 15 to the 10, cutting back up, now to the 5, still dancing to the 4, and he's going to be knocked out of bounds. And I think that might be Jacob Blevins again on the reception.
Again, it was a great the way they set that play up was they drew it up very well with that tight bunch formation, and then Deal just did a tremendous job of getting the pass out there, and then Blevins made some really good moves. I thought he was going to score when he got about to the 5, and I think they pushed him out. It looks like they marked him. I thought he got to the 3, but it looks like maybe he's to the 4. But either way, first and goal for the Rangers.
Maybe one move too many for Blevins, as he is now down on the far sideline being attended to by the training staff. Took a big shot right there as he was trying to kind of dance and keep himself moving, tiptoeing down the sideline, and Monticello just got a good clean shot on him.
Yeah, and by the way, they do spot it on the 3, so I was at least initially right there. But with fourth down conversions, Matt, that's the second time they've converted in the game. They're 2 of 3 on fourth down conversions.
Rangers are better on fourth down than they are on third down right now.
They haven't got a third down conversion yet. They're 0 for 5, but now they're 2 of 3 on fourth down conversions. So,
well, like I said, I kind of like Coach Jones and the way he views this field.
Yeah.
If you're on your side of the 50-yard line, but not anywhere, not really in comfortable field goal range, fourth down becomes just another running play, and the Rangers are capitalizing. Looks as though Blevins is going to be up and off the field under his own power, which is good.
Yeah, that's good to see.
Looks like a tough young man shaking it off. Rangers now inside the 5-yard line. First down and goal to go. I don't want to jinx it, but it didn't work out well the last time we were this close.
No.
New quarterback in the game for Northwestern. That is going to be Mason Myers. He'll take the snap, hands off to Gill. Mason keeps it. Good fake. Got me completely.
He did me too.
And he'll drive forward to about the 2-yard line, a gain of a yard or so there by quarterback number 3, Mason Myers.
Myers, another big kid, Matt, 6'3", 210. He's out of Olathe, Kansas. So, yeah, just tried to keep it over the left, but really Monticello not fooled, although he did get a yard, so you got a 2nd and 2 coming up for the Rangers from the goal.
I kind of hear the radio audience, Craig, if you will, kind of questioning, what are we doing? 3 different quarterbacks, just kind of getting some looks. A lot of times you'd see 3 quarterbacks and think, well, that's the whole depth chart as everybody played. Rangers have 11 quarterbacks on the sideline right now. 11 different guys wear red jerseys in practice for at least some portion of the time. As Myers goes under center, handoff to Gill, tries to bounce it outside. He's going to give up a couple. Rangers will go back to the 6-yard line, now 3rd down, which has not been a good down for the Rangers, but the thing I like about 3rd down is it's followed by 4th down, and we're not bad there.
Boy, Alfred Hankins' partner blew that play up from the defensive line for the Weevils. Just absolutely dived his way through there. The Rangers couldn't do anything with him, and that's a significant loss. It goes back to the 6-yard line, so now you've got a 3rd down and goal from the 6 for the Rangers here.
I think really that's just a little more breathing room. They'll want Caleb Deal back in there at quarterback. Darian Gill as the halfback, 4 wide out. Snap back to Deal. Hand off to Gill. Bounces it outside. Cuts back in. Oh, it might have had a line if he'd have kept that outside pursuit going. Instead tries to kind of knife his way back up to the inside. He'll get down to around the 2-yard line and be stopped there. Rangers facing a 4th down and a decision. Looks like the field goal unit is going to come out, and Coach Jones will take the 3 with 3:57 to go here in half number 1. Rangers down by 10. They can cut it to a touchdown.
Yeah, I have no issues with this at all. You want to get points here and put yourself kind of right back into position to be back within a touchdown from tying the game.
So here we go. Field goal, bad snap, and it's going to be – boy, I gave it away. The radio jinx when I said he'll take the 3. That did not happen, and Arkansas Monticello gets credit for a stop there. They'll take over 1st and 10 at about the 11-yard line.
So the snap was high, but then it just bounced right out of the hands of Braden Reichert. And, boy, once that happens, you're just in no man's land. There's nothing you can do. And so, boy, great drive for the Rangers, but unfortunately you don't get points out of it. Again, if you're Northwestern, though, keep in mind you do get the ball to start the 3rd. So you still have to be diligent defensively and not give up anything big. And you can still come into this halftime with some shades of momentum, although, and that one hurts not to get points there for sure.
Rangers now turned away twice inside the red zone. Snap back to Brown. Plenty of time. Sets his feet, gets underneath him. He launches one. Boy, he has got an absolute cannon. And there comes the pass interference flag. I thought I saw it as we just had to kind of grab a hold of the receiver streaking downfield. I believe that was Javion Gibson, who really defender was with him, but Gibson had a step, and we've seen Brown, a very accurate passer, and lots of arm strength. Craig, he threw that one almost out of the end zone, and it landed at about the 45-yard line. It was a really good throw.
No, it really was. He just absolutely, we've talked about him having a cannon, and that's exactly what he did. And
Monticello, thinking NFL rules, they were headed to the spot of the ball.
It's not a spot foul, guys.
It's going to be at the 26-yard line. They were all the way out to the 40 trying to set up their offense. So here we go. Everybody's on the same page now. 1st and 10, Monticello. 3:26 left to go in the first half. 24-14, Monticello on top of the Rangers. Northwestern's had opportunities. Monticello's had a couple more.
Yep.
Snap back to Brown, fakes the give, throws complete to the flat near side, 8 up. That one was sniffed out well by the Rangers. Solid defense right there, and I think it's
Bashu Delco.
Yep, on the tackle. Yep. Good call.
Delco's made a couple of nice plays since coming into the game, and just absolutely rose up on that one, made the big hit, and just not much going there at all. In fact, again, it goes backwards, if you will.
Good solid form tackle for a loss of about 2. 2nd down and 12 coming up, ball at the 19-yard line. 2:50 left to go in the first half. Again, Monticello on top, 24-14 on the Community Bank scoreboard. Brown will take the snap, drops back, surveys the field, little pump fake, now loads up, wants to throw again, has a receiver, and overthrew him. Had him running open in coverage and just couldn't connect the dot.
Looks like that was
Christian 86 is what I'm seeing.
Yep,
Roscoe
Parrish.
Parrish.
Roscoe Parrish, yep, you're correct.
Got behind Bo Foster on that one. And not by just a little bit. Had a couple of steps there. But the Rangers fortunate with a pass that floated a bit on Brown and goes out of bounds.
So
2:36 to go.
So now, Matt, another third down opportunity for the Weevils. They're 2 of 6 here in this opening half.
Snap back to Brown, surveying, pressure coming. They've got hands on him, and then he flips the ball forward, and that is going to be the big man, Nick Howard, who actually caught it, but is going to go the wrong direction. Good, just next-level pursuit from the Rangers. Chima Oz right in there on the play.
Oz was there, and I think also Kevin Orange maybe got in there, number 7. We see him for the first time in there for the Rangers. And the good thing about that is you got the pressure, you almost got the sack. Sometimes you break down in that scenario, but everybody else stayed home, even when Brown just kind of flipped it. And that's why the Rangers were able to make the big stop there. And that was Orange, I think, that eventually kind of held on to him.
I think you are correct. Chase Davidson back again to return the punt. Low snap off the turf. Monticello collects it. Kick comes off the side of the foot just a bit. Takes a bounce at the 50-yard line. Initially kind of hopped back in the Rangers' direction and then kind of fell straight down. Monticello will just down it right there at about the 48-yard line in Ranger territory. So Northwestern 52 yards away with 1:42 to go.
Look, I think if you're the Rangers, you're going to play, you're going to play aggressively here. Now, you don't want to make a mistake, certainly, but I think only down 10 and knowing you get the ball back to start the third, boy, you make something happen, gain some points here, and you really kind of flip that momentum in your favor.
Really got to be thinking about the possibility of that 14-point swing, a score here, get the ball back, score again, and you're right back in this thing. In fact, you'll be leading. But the offense has got to find some rhythm.
Yeah, rhythm has been the issue, yeah, for sure.
Caleb Deal will lead the offense back out onto the field. Jashawn Foster will be the running back. 3 wide outs to the near side, 1 to the far side. Receiving game's been quiet. Connected pass to Torrance Stevens first time today. It was behind the line. He'll get across the 50-yard line and be rolled out in Monticello territory. A pickup of 5, call it 6 yards, will bring up second down. Well, we'll give it 5. Second down and 5 almost exactly.
And Demarion Holmes made the tackle, but you'll take that if you're the Rangers. You got it. 2nd and 7 coming up for Northwestern. Or 2nd and 5, sorry.
Just the second completed pass of the day for the Rangers. Snap back to Deal again. Surveys, throws quickly, and it's complete again along the near sideline. That one reeled in by Braden Reichert.
Yeah, Reichert made a great catch. I mean, he had a defender kind of right up on him, if you will, and able to make the catch right at the sideline. You also get out of bounds, and the clock stops with 1:30 to go.
Third down now and very short. Call it a yard and a half for the Rangers. Need to convert, but you don't have to. You really got 2 plays here to take a look at it. Snap back. Keeper by Caleb Deal, and he will dive forward. Gets to the 40, call it the 41-yard line, but enough for a first down.
And there you go, partner. Finally, a third down conversion. They had been 0 for 6. Now they're 1 for 7. And again, you keep the chains moving.
Every journey starts with a step in the right direction, and we'll take that one. 1:10 clock rolling in the first half. Snap back to Deal, fumbles it, drops it on the turf, and then he'll take the sack. Ball hit him in the hands that time.
Did.
Deal just kind of mishandled that one.
Yeah, good snap. There's not much that you can do about that if you're the Northwestern Rangers. You just drop it and you call timeout here.
Timeout on the field by the Rangers. It's an Ignite Physical Therapy timeout here in the booth. As we depart, 1:01 left to go in the game. Rangers down 24-14. You're listening to Ranger Football, brought to you by Holder Drug.
If your car suffers from body damage, K&K Body Works is a cure-all for your automotive servicing needs. At our fully equipped shop in Alva, Oklahoma, we have a team of skilled technicians who can do quick and quality repair services. As a full-service auto body shop, we offer professional auto painting and glass installation services for vehicles of all makes and models. Get your free estimate today by visiting us at 301 Flynn Street, right here in Alva, Oklahoma.
No better deal in the country than at Croft Country, located in Alva, Oklahoma. Croft Country is the dealer for vehicles in Northwest Oklahoma. Croft Country is locally owned and operated since 1985, offering a full line of award-winning brands including Chevy and GMC. From the time you enter our showroom for sales or service, you can expect to be treated like family. So the next time you're in the market for a new or used vehicle, come see us right here in Alva, located at 401 East Oklahoma Boulevard. Welcome back live to Ranger football. Second down and long for the Rangers. 1 minute, 1 second left on the clock in the first half. Caleb Beal's going to scramble across the 50-yard line, gets downhill to the 45. He will gain back almost everything they lost on the fumbled snap from a play ago. But the big thing there, Craig, is that he got out of bounds and gets another play.
Yeah, I thought it was a really good decision by Deal. He does get 6 of the 7 yards that they lost back. So now you've got a 3rd and 11 with the football right now spotted at the 42-yard line.
Tell you, you'd like to get them all, but we'd settle for 6 or 7 of them, kind of cut that in half and take a look at where you're at. Snap back to Deal. Good time to survey the field. Now he's going to be flush, throwing, and that ball was in and out of the hands of his intended receiver, Braden Reichert. It looked like Reichert maybe corralled it with one hand, but good play defensively as Monticello punched it away.
Yeah, they were right there along the sidelines as the ball came in, just able to kind of make that connection, if you will, and knock it away or make sure that Reichert couldn't hold on. And so now Rangers again are going to go for it here, though, with the 4th and 11 at the 42-yard line.
One wide receiver split wide to the near side. That's Braden Reichert. 2 wideouts in tight on the far side. Deal out of the shotgun. Foster in the backfield with him. Quick kick by Caleb Deal. Just sends it downfield. That one rolling toward the end zone. Can the Rangers get there in time? Nope, not quite. Boy, that was so close to being stopped dead at the 1-yard line. Instead, it'll roll into the end zone and be a touchback. Good little quick kick from Caleb Deal. Nobody saw that coming.
No, they didn't. And in all honesty, that's not a bad play there because you obviously put them. Now, you had a chance to get them even inside the 5. That didn't work out, but still, I think you're okay with that from a Ranger perspective. Only about 41 seconds to go here. So if you're the Ranger defense, don't give up anything big, and you can still kind of regroup and know that you have the ball coming out of the second half.
So the Ranger defense back out onto the field. Arkansas Monticello scored 17 unanswered. The Rangers just had a drive stop. They've had 2 turned away inside the red zone. They've had a fumble, an interception, another fumble.
Yeah.
It's kind of been one of those days so far. But they do have a defensive touchdown.
Yeah.
Snap back to Brown. Plenty of time. Surveys. Now pressure coming. He escapes the first group of tacklers. Now gets by a second. And then Brown is going to be popped near the sideline. That was a good, solid hit by the Rangers. No flags down on that one and an incomplete pass. I think the Monticello coach is pretty hot about that hit.
I'm going to tell you right now, that was all DeMylan Brown. That guy was tremendous. The Rangers, on I think about 3 different occasions, almost got a hand on him and bring him down for a sack. He just had this great escapability and still rolling out to his right, made a strong throw, and it was crossed that made the reception again. But that's just a great play by Brown. You can just kind of tip your cap to that kid there.
Yeah, good-sized quarterback, built like a halfback, 6'2", 210, runs like a halfback. Snap back to Brown, loads up, throws again. Another long pass downfield, and that one goes incomplete. Bo Foster in coverage had fallen down or maybe was pushed down. But nevertheless, ball was overthrown, and it's an incomplete pass. Clock will stop with 24 and a half seconds left to go in the first half. Rangers down 24-14 on the Community Bank scoreboard. 2nd and 10 from the 39-yard line for the Boll Weevils. Starting battery in. Brown at quarterback. Thomas as the halfback. That's a senior and a junior in the backfield. 3 wideouts to the near side, including LeCedric Smith and Isaiah Cross. Big man Nick Howard to the top side, and they will go in the direction of Nick Howard jumping, incomplete, flag down. Now 2, pass interference against the Rangers. Just going to say that they got a little bit too much into the body of Howard on that one.
Yeah, and again, it was a strong throw by Brown. The coverage was there, but I think there's no question. You just got the hands a little bit too much secondary contact, if you will, and
trying to see if that was, I think it's Daniel Oates that's going to be flagged.
It's really hard to see his number by the way it looks at this point.
So that will set the Boll Weevils up 1st and 10 inside Ranger territory. Ball at the 46-yard line. They've got 19 seconds here. Time enough for a couple of plays, maybe 3.
Matt, they do have 2 timeouts left also.
Snap back to Brown. Pressure coming. Rolls away from the Ranger defense. Now sets up, throws across his body. Brown got leveled, and that ball floats out the back of the end zone.
That is a very strong throw by Brown. I had to just kind of chuckle because he did have 3 Rangers that were about to collapse on him. He's rolling to his left, so throwing against to Grant because he's a right-handed quarterback, and he just heaved it up there, and he threw it 50, almost 60 yards. It did tail out of bounds, but it actually tells you the arm strength that Brown has.
Tell you what, almost looked like it. That's interesting. They just said the Rangers called a timeout.
Oh, okay, they did. That is interesting.
I don't know why they would want to preserve that last 9.6 seconds unless it was a personnel issue. It'll be an Ignite Physical Therapy timeout. We'll jump out. You're listening to Ranger Football, brought to you by Holder Drug.
Community Bank has been serving Alva, Oklahoma and the surrounding area since 1984. Community Bank was founded by local community members who wanted to ensure the banking needs of the community were being met. It has been our goal since inception to provide customer-focused services and community development. Our customers are friends, neighbors, and never just a number. We believe in investing in our community, and we pride ourselves in being your hometown bank. Community Bank, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
Naloxone is a medication designed to rapidly reverse opioid overdose. A person who is experiencing an overdose can't administer naloxone to themselves. Anyone can carry naloxone, give it to someone experiencing an overdose, and potentially save a life. That's why everyone should consider having naloxone. For more information, visit okimready.org. That's okimready.org. This program is funded by Northwestern Oklahoma State University, Oklahoma Department of Mental Health and Substance Abuse Prevention Services, and Substance Abuse Mental Health Services Administration.
Welcome back live to Ranger Football. Matt Adair alongside Craig Killen. The Rangers took the timeout, preserved the last 9.5 seconds, which kind of dangerous, gives Monticello a play. They snap back to Brown. Very light pressure coming from the Rangers. He will throw across the field. It's going to be complete at the 30-yard line, works his way back toward the middle of the field to the 25, and he's going to be dropped at the 22-yard line. Making the reception was Arlie Lee.
Yep, it was Lee, a little cross pattern, if you will. And now I guess the good thing that if you're the Rangers, you strung that play out enough and didn't allow them to get down before a timeout was called, I don't think. Well,
now they're going to put 1.1 seconds back on the clock, and here's the deal. It was a first down. The clock will stop.
Okay.
And with the stopped clock, Arkansas Monticello can take a timeout. And they have basically kind of gotten themselves an extra down here.
Well, and that's the interesting thing about calling the timeout. Like we mentioned a moment ago from a Ranger perspective with about 9 seconds to go, you do give them a chance to kind of set up a play like that. And they did. I mean, again, Brown made a great throw. Lee made the great catch. But well, you got to defend this if you're the Rangers because look, I mean they've got it on the 22-yard line. They're going to go to the end zone, and they're going to say either we're going to catch it or maybe there will be a flag or something like that keeps the play going. But this is going to be a big defensive sequence for the Rangers to try to kind of turn this away if they can.
Opportunity to look ahead at what's coming as we go into the halftime break. It'll be the Peak Environment halftime show right here on your home for Ranger football. 105.7, Ranger Football brought to you by Holder Drug. And instead, Arkansas Monticello is going to try a field goal. This will be held at the 29. Makes it a 39-yarder for Monticello. No wind to speak of here on first down. Snap back, ball down, the kick is away. That looks good. That is good. Wow. And Monticello now 20 unanswered points as they convert a 39-yard field goal to take themselves into the locker room. Rangers put 3 on the board that I don't know that they had to have, but when you're down 17, down 20, I mean, you've still got to get basically 3 touchdowns, get back in this thing.
Well, and here's what they did, partner. 6 plays, 80 yards on the drive to get them into position. And, look, give them credit. I mean, give their coaching staff credit if you're the Weevils. I mean, you took what the defense gave you, made some big plays, and all of a sudden you find yourself with that, again, that field goal that kind of ends things. But you mentioned it. It's 20 unanswered points for the Boll Weevils after the Rangers had taken a 14-7 lead.
Second half of football will be on tap shortly. When we come back, it'll be the Peak Environment halftime show, including the Shirley Shine Car Wash statistical recap of the first half. For Ranger football, I'm Matt Adair alongside Craig Kilman. Boll Weevils up 27-14 on the Rangers at halftime. You're listening to Ranger football, brought to you by Holder Drug of Alva.
Beatles understands the difficult decisions which families often face as they make living choices for their loved one. It is our desire to provide residents with the same loving, Christian quality care on which Beatles was founded and offer support to families and friends. It's time for you to choose a nursing home facility. We'll hope you'll consider Beatles Nursing Home. Give us a call at 580-327-1274 or stop by and visit our facility at 916 Noble Street in Alva.
Do you have a heart of compassion for people who find themselves in tough situations? Hope Pregnancy Center of Northwest Oklahoma is opening this fall in Alva and is currently hiring a full-time assistant. We'd love to have you join our team. Please call Charity Lyon at 580-327-9091 for more information or visit obhc.org/about/employment for a job description and employment application.
Farmers are the backbone of our country, especially right here in Western Oklahoma. And we've got our farmers' backs at Farm Credit of Western Oklahoma. We are here to serve all needs to our farmers and ranchers with livestock loans, rural loans, real estate loans, operating loans, and of course, agribusiness loans. Serving our farmers since 1916 at Farm Credit of Western Oklahoma. Call or come by today and speak to one of our loan officers in Alva, Anadarko, Clinton, Elk City, Guyman, Tuttle, and Woodward.
And welcome back to Ranger Field in Alva. At the halftime mark, the Northwestern Rangers trail in their season opener to the University of Arkansas at Monticello. The Rangers taking on the Boll Weevils. Craig Kilman back with you, Matt Adair, and also the entire Ranger football crew as Northwestern opens up the 2023 season and the Ronnie Jones era. And well, there were some positives certainly in the first half, and then we saw some negatives late as the half wore on. Rangers, we talked about, had that 14-point scoring run, if you will, in the first quarter that took the lead 14-7, and unfortunately for them, that momentum just kind of, and there's some plays which we'll get into as to why it shifted like that, but ultimately it was the Weevils that closed out the half strong, as again they're able to score 20 unanswered points. The Rangers' last touchdown came with 4 minutes and 44 seconds to go in the opening quarter, a three-play, 58-yard scoring drive. It was capped off by a 1-yard touchdown run from Blake Jones, and at that point the Rangers led 14-7. They did not score another point in the opening half, as we mentioned, 20 unanswered points for the Boll Weevils as they're able to take a 27-14 lead at the break. We have more of our halftime show coming up. The Shirley Shine Car Wash statistical look will be coming up at some point as we get through the halftime, but it's also just more analysis as we kind of break this first half down as the Rangers trail it on the Community Bank scoreboard 27-14. We'll be back with more. Our Peak Environment halftime show rolls along. This is Northwestern Ranger football, brought to you by Holder Drug on Classic Hits 105.7.
Looking for the best in lawn care? Peak Environment has you covered. We offer a wide range of services, including full-service mowing, weed control, Christmas light installation, and more. Peak Environment provides efficient and affordable services across Northwest Oklahoma with branches in Alva, Enid, and Woodward. Call our office today at 580-748-8003 for a free quote on any service. That's Peak Environment, 748-8003. Proud supporter of all Ranger and Goldbug Athletics.
To prevent medication from getting into the wrong hands, it is crucial to store it out of sight and out of the reach of children and visitors. In addition, it is important to dispose of unwanted, expired, and unused medications in a safe manner. For more information, visit okimready.org. That's okimready.org, or call 988 Oklahoma's Mental Health Lifeline. This program is funded by Northwestern Oklahoma State University, Oklahoma Department of Mental Health and Substance Abuse Prevention Services, and Substance Abuse Mental Health Services Administration.
Northwestern football is back in full swing, and just like the Rangers, Bank Central is here to help you score a touchdown. We offer multiple services to help you score on your own financial goals. Head to the end zone with Bank Central. Stop by 604 Flynn Street or call 580-327-1122. Our qualified professionals are available in Alva, Cherokee, Enid, and Woodward. Certain fees and restrictions may apply, or other terms and conditions may apply. Member FDIC, and as always, Ride Rangers Ride.
Welcome back live to Ranger Football. The Peak Environment halftime show rolls on, brought to you by the great folks there at Peak Environment. All your lawn care needs, many other things, Christmas lights, they do it all. Give Connor and the crew a call at Peak Environment. Time for the Shirley Shine Car Wash statistical recap of the first half. Let's start with first downs. Monticello picked up 16 first downs in the first half. The Rangers only able to put 8 on the board. Monticello rushed the ball 16 times for 100 yards. The Rangers had 26 rushing attempts, 72 yards to show for Northwestern. Monticello averages about 6 1/3 yards per carry on the ground. Northwestern just a 2.8 yard per carry average so far. 13 receptions for Monticello in the first half, just 4 caught balls for the Rangers. 217 receiving yards for Monticello, and that's the difference in the game right now, just 35 receiving yards for Northwestern. Monticello averages 16.5 yards per reception. The Rangers half that at 8.5. Passing yards total 217 for Monticello, 35 for Northwestern. DeMylan Brown is 13 of 29 on the afternoon, no interceptions. The Rangers just 4 receptions on 11 attempts. Caleb Deal has been picked off one time. We've seen 3 different quarterbacks for the Rangers in the game. 45 offensive plays for Monticello in that first half, 317 total yards of offense. Rangers trailing behind that. 37 times they snapped the ball in the first half of play, 107 yards for Northwestern. Monticello averaging 7 yards per snap. The Rangers average just shy of 3 at 2.89. Couple of good kick returns for the Rangers. They've returned kicks 4 different times in the game. They have 162 return yards, just 2 kick returns for Monticello, 46 yards to show for it. Interceptions, 1 pickoff for Monticello. Fumbles, the Rangers have lost a couple. That is 2 fumbles, 1 lost for the Rangers. Monticello's fumbled the ball, and the Rangers recovered it 1 time. Penalties, 9 times Monticello's been flagged in the first half. They've got 88 yards in penalties. Just 7 penalties for the Rangers, but now they have 90 yards. That comes on the back of a couple of pass interference penalties late in the first half. The vast majority of the penalties against Arkansas Monticello have been the personal foul variety, pass interference, the most common call against the Rangers thus far. In the punt game, 2 times Arkansas Monticello's punted the ball. They averaged 34 yards a punt. The Rangers have punted 3 times for an average of 30 yards per punt. Possession time right now favors the Rangers, believe it or not. Monticello had the ball 14 minutes, 17 seconds in the first half. The Rangers had it 15 minutes, 36 seconds. Third down efficiency, all Monticello. They are 3 of 8 on first downs. Not a great stat, but 1 better than the Rangers, who are just 2 of 8 on third downs. Both teams have had to go for it on fourth down. Arkansas Monticello is 1 of 2 in the first half. The Rangers are 1 of 3 in the first half on fourth down conversions. We'll take a look at some of the individual stats, again brought to you by the Shirley Shine Car Wash of Alva, as it is the Shirley Shine Car Wash statistical recap of the first half. DeMylan Brown, 13 completions, 29 attempts. That's 45% of his passes he's completing, 217 yards passing on the day, a 56-yard long. Receiving, Isaiah Cross has 7 receptions, 100 yards, and a touchdown on the game. LaCedric Smith, 2 catches, 62 yards, an average of 31 per catch for him, and a long of 56. Nick Howard has 1 reception in the game, 52 yards for him. Lee's got 2 receptions and 6 yards, and Thomas has caught 1 pass out of the backfield. He was drugged down for a loss of 3. Rushing, Furman for Monticello, 3 rushes, 60 yards to show for his effort. Thomas, the starting halfback, 10 rushes, 36 yards for him and 1 TD. And then DeMylan Brown has rushed the ball 2 times. He's picked up 7 yards on the ground, and that is Arkansas Monticello's statistical recap of the first half. Let's take a look at the Rangers. Caleb Deal, thrown the ball 9 times today. He's got 4 completed passes, 1 interception, completing 44% of his throws. Only 35 pass yards to show for his effort, a long of 26. Receiver, looks like Jacob Blevins has got 2 receptions and 26 yards. Torrance Stevens caught 1 ball for 5 yards. Braden Reichert 1 ball for 4 yards. Rushing attempts, the Rangers have really pounded the ground. Darian Gill, 10 rushes, 85 yards, a 52-yard long for him. Jones has got 3 rushes for 3 yards. Caleb Deal's run the ball 6 times. He's got a 2-yard net gain for himself. Reichert has run it 1 time on a sweep. He's got 1 yard. And Jashawn Foster, just a couple of carries in the game. Not much going there. Fumbles, Gills put it on the ground 1 time for the Rangers. Let's take a look at defensive statistics first for the Rangers. They are led in tackling by linebacker Anton Martin. He's got 8 total tackles in the game, 1 tackle for loss. Christensen's got 3. Contreras has got 2. And Wilson Cowell has got 2 tackles as well in the game. For Arkansas, Monticello on the defensive side of the ball, big number 97, Rima Getter, their leading tackler. They credit him with 4 stops so far in the game, and a host of guys have got 3, 2, and 1 tackles, so they're spreading that around all over the place. They do have a big tackle for loss. Demarius White ate the Rangers up in the backfield. 1 tackle for a loss, and that was for 11 yards in the wrong direction. So there you have it. A full recap of the statistics, both individual and team, for Northwestern and Arkansas Monticello. The biggest stat in the game right now is 27-14. Arkansas Monticello on top of the Rangers. Monticello scored 23 unanswered points now against Northwestern. So we'll take a timeout and be back as the Peak Environment halftime show rolls along. We'll do keys to the second half when we return. You're listening to Ranger Football, brought to you by Holder Drug of Alva. Race into Alva September 15th, 16th, and 17th for the Bank Central Big Cruise and Car Show. Friday night kicks into gear with early bird registration, free cookouts, and a cruise. Saturday slams in with hot cars, trucks, motorcycles, food trucks, and the autocross. Saturday night lights up with smoking burnouts, race car exhibitions, and cruising the night away. A free breakfast, church service, and drag racing finish off Sunday. Lots of cash and prizes with no entry fee. Visit BigCruisinCarShow.com. It's the 22nd annual Bank Central Big Cruisin' Car Show, presented by Napa Auto Parts of Alva, Fairview, Woodward, and Canadian, Beckner Pump and Supply, Windy Ford, and Holder Drug. That's September 15th, 16th, and 17th. We'll see you in Alva, and you can find us on Facebook.
What's on your menu tonight? Treat you and your family to the healthiest and freshest cuts of meat from the local team at TNC Meats in Enid. TNC Meats prepare fresh meats every day, from premium Angus beef, house-made sausage, bratwurst, snack sticks, jerky, and much more. Their steaks are also cut to order. TNC Meats also offers several tailgate packages to make your party the best on Saturdays. So, stop in and see the guys at TNC Meats at 2510 West Chestnut and the northwest corner of Cleveland and Chestnut and the Stonebridge Plaza Shopping Center. You have with managing your investments may change as you age. If that's the case, you may wish to consider what roles annuities play. Annuities can be structured to pay your income for as long as you live, relieving you of the concern of outliving your retirement money. At E&J Financial, we work closely with our clients, helping you build a solid financial foundation for the future. Visit enjfinancial.com or stop by one of our locations in Woodward, Stillwater, Adair, and right here in Alva.
The Tacoma Farmers Co-op is a proud supporter of Ranger and Goldbug activities since 1916. They have been here to serve you with all your farming and ranching needs with a wide range of goods and services from fuel, hardware, fencing, tires, feed and seed, plus fertilizer. They're here to meet your needs. Choose to trade with a co-op that gives its profits back to you. To learn about the Tacoma Co-op Advantage, stop by one of 5 locations in Moreland, Freedom, Winoka, Jet, and Tacoma, or visit them at tacomacoop.com and get a better service at a better place.
Welcome back live to Ranger Football. Matt Adair alongside Craig Kilman. Craig, the sun's setting here in Alva, Oklahoma. The lights over the stadium have come on. No longer going to have to deal with the sun in your eyes as a factor, but the evening shadows are going to start to creep out onto the field. Rangers find themselves in a hole right now as they are down 27-14. They've given up a host of points. In fact, the Rangers were leading at one point in this game, 14-7, and Arkansas Monticello has found the on switch and just been hammering away at that Ranger defense ever since. We're going to talk briefly about the G&G Home Furnishings keys to the second half here at the Peak Environment halftime show. And, Craig, I'll jump out first. My first observation is I think people pegged the defense right. They said they were really aggressive, good, strong Ranger defense this year. I've seen flashes of that. Right now it's the big play that seems to be the problem for the Rangers, and I think all of them have spurred from missed tackles. We've had opportunities every time, but Monticello managing to stay on their feet, and they've got down the field for big gains about 3 times.
Yeah, if you look at the touchdowns that they've scored, of course that opening touchdown drive they had was 5 plays, 75 yards, but they had a 56-yard reception in the midst of that drive, right? So there's your first, big play scenario. The second scoring drive they had wound up being, it was a bit of a short field, but they wound up going for it on a field goal and they made it. That was after the Rangers had scored 14 unanswered, and so you're thinking the momentum's in the Rangers' favor. They hit that field goal, makes it 14-10. And then, of course, the next drive for Monticello, 7 plays, 64 yards. It's a 35-yard touchdown pass to Cross, so there's another big play that makes it 17-14. And then, again, Rangers fumble. This, to me, I think is the sequence of that first half that tells as much of the tale as anything. Rangers are down 17-14. Ensuing kickoff, Jackson makes an unbelievable kickoff return, right? The ball tips back into the end zone. He has to pick it up, take it out. You're thinking, oh, no, what's going to happen? He goes 89 yards down to the 11, almost took it to the house, right? He gets tackled at the 11, and then essentially just the very next play, the fumble happens, right? So that is where, they toss the pitch to Gill. Instead of being able to fall on it, he can't, and so that fumbles it. So all of a sudden, Monticello takes over on the 22-yard line, and then 5 plays, 78 yards, and it was the touchdown pass to Howard that went for 52 yards. And just like that, you're down 24-14. And then, of course, you give up the field goal late on what winds up being a 6-play, 80-yard drive. But you're right, big plays are the big difference. Rangers haven't made a ton of penalty mistakes, I don't think, but it's just been that big play bugaboo, if you will, that's kind of bit them in that opening half.
Now, the Rangers did jump up quite a few penalty yards there in the closing moments.
Yes.
Right now they lead in penalties, 7 flags, 90 yards, but 2 or 3 of those have been pass interference penalties, and they all came in the late second quarter.
You hit it. In fact, 2 of the pass interference penalties came on the last drive where they kicked the field goal, right? So that also, those penalties were big because it leads to the Boll Weevils getting points out of it, right? And those are things you can't have. I think it's all correctable if you're Northwestern. There's no question about it. And you do get the ball first to start the third. That's going to be very critical if you're talking keys to the game. If you can go down and make something happen and obviously put points on the board, then you're literally right back in this game. If you can cut it to 27-21 with a touchdown, you're right back in it. So there's still a ton of time left, but I think the early stages of the third are going to really tell the tale, I think, for the Rangers.
We'll take the final timeout of the Peak Environment halftime show and be back with third quarter action. You're listening to Ranger Football, brought to you by Holder Drug of Alva, Oklahoma.
Summer temperatures and driving conditions can take a toll on any vehicle, especially in Oklahoma. It's important to have your vehicle inspected before hitting the road during these summer months, and your friends at K&S Tire can help with that inspection. Stop by and see us at 2590 College Boulevard, right here in Alva, or call 580-327-2323 to schedule your appointment today. We check everything from tires, brakes, filters, fluids, to preventative maintenance. K&S Tire proudly supports all Ranger and Goldbug activities.
Keeping Keeping your car clean is an inexpensive way to protect its value. Shirley Shine Car Wash, located west of Love, offers a 6-bay self-serve car wash, including 3 truck bays. Your wash options include soap, tire cleaner, foamy brush, wax, spot-free rinse, and air chamois. And you can pay with credit, debit card, or quarters. Don't just clean the outside, clean the inside with its self-serve car vacuum. You can also clean your pet with their self-serve dog wash. Company vehicle? Be sure to ask about our fleet account. So the next time your vehicle needs rinsed or detailed, come by Shirley Shine Car Wash, located right here in Alva.
We know how much love your pet gives you. We're Ridgeview Veterinary Hospital. We're always here for you and your pet. Ridgeview Vet Hospital provides the most comprehensive care from regular checkups to emergency. Ridgeview Vet Hospital proudly provides veterinary services to all animals, large or small. Visit us today to let Dr. Lohman and his staff take care of your extended family, located right here in Alva, or call us to schedule your appointment at 580-327-0201. Ridgeview Vet Hospital is a proud supporter of Alva and Northwestern activities.
Ready to kick things off here in the third quarter. Arkansas Monticello will kick it from left to right, which means the Rangers will be scoring in the end zone, headed toward the baseball field. High end over end kick. That one's headed for the out-of-bounds line, and that will be a flag against Monticello as the ball does, in fact, go out of bounds at about the 14-yard line. Craig, kind of a thing I want to start doing a little bit this season, looking ahead. I don't want to predict it, but I want to take a look ahead at potentially the offensive and defensive players of the game. Right now, I think the guy leading the charge for the defense is Anton Martin. He's got 8 tackles in the game so far, a fumble recovery, and a touchdown for the defense. Hard to top that in the first half of play.
No, I think he stands out defensively for sure. And then you look at, there's a couple of guys, even though I know Northwestern offensively has struggled a little bit, but I think Darian Gill has run the ball well. Did have the fumble, which was certainly an issue. But then, if you're looking at special teams tied to the offense, Julian Jackson has been amazing. And in fact, if you saw, they kicked the ball away from Jackson, and they were quite content, I think, the Weevils were to kick it out of bounds on that opening kickoff. They didn't want him to get his hands on it.
How about this? 4 kick returns, 162 yards. I think all of those have come on the feet of Julian Jackson.
That's pretty good, yeah.
Caleb Deal back out on the field for the Rangers offensively. He'll be out of the gun, goes with an empty set backfield, and now a flag on the play, and I think looks like the play clock has run down to 0.
Yeah, I was just thinking, we haven't seen a ton of those type of plays, like necessarily the false starts and things like that, but, boy, all of a sudden, right off the bat, you get the delay of game, and now you're facing a 1st and 15 if you're the Rangers.
Now, that's the first play for the Rangers offensively here in the third quarter. You think that that's probably a play you've got drawn up, so they must have seen something, tried to get a switch in.
Yeah.
Or an audible, if you will. Play clock already down to 10 seconds. Deal again in the backfield, one man with him. He will step back, throws complete to Darian Gill, puts his head down, and he'll get across the 30-yard line, just shy of the 35. Not quite enough to get back everything they lost. It'll bring up 2nd down and 11. Coach Jones, Craig, told us on Wednesday a week ago that he is one of those type of coaches who really values a timeout. In fact, he mentioned that if it's not a critical moment in the game, his crew will take a delay of game penalty instead of burning a timeout.
Well, I can understand that, especially early in the third quarter. You want to keep that in your pocket a little bit for sure.
Caleb Deal again out of the gun, takes the snap, drops back. Pressure coming, steps up, throws. Has a receiver breaking downfield. Ball was kind of thrown to the sideline. Receiver broke to the inside. Couldn't get back across the defensive back. Incomplete. Torrance Stevens, the intended target.
Yeah, I'm not so sure that wasn't a little bit of miscommunication. Stevens broke inward, as you mentioned, and then the pass sailed to the outer edge, if you will. And so, yeah, just a little bit of a miscommunication it looked like there. And so now you got a 3rd and 11 if you're the Rangers. And Northwestern just 1 of 8, Matt, in that opening half on 3rd downs.
Deal again, 4 wide receivers in the formation. Looks like Gill in the backfield with him still. Snap back to Deal. Caleb will drop back, stepping up, now flushed. Here he comes, rolling to the near side, sets up at the 30, throws a bullet downfield, and that one's in and out of the hands of his intended target. In fact, a good defensive breakup there. Greg Hooks for Arkansas Monticello bats that ball down.
Yeah, and it was Royal Kyle, partner, who was the intended receiver. So, boy, just a good play by Hooks to knock it away, and Rangers go 3 and out. That's not what the doctor ordered. If you're looking at the way the third quarter you were hoping to start, and Northwestern now drops to 1 of 9 on 3rd down conversions.
Jake Woodring back out on the field to punt the ball away. Deep back to return for Monticello is Christian Gamage. Snap is back. Monticello brings some pressure. Ball got away, but it came out awkwardly. That one is a high end-over-end kick. It's down about the 40. Big Ranger bounce. Look at the momentum on that one. Rolls across the 30 all the way down to the 25-yard line is where the Rangers will down that one. Not the prettiest punt in the world, but definitely effective.
Well, that's about the third, I think, of those type of punts that have just initially they look not necessarily like they're going to be that great, but then it just as it hits, you get the right type of bounce, the right English, if you will, and yeah, that was a very good bounce. As all of a sudden it goes all the way to the 25, and that's where the Weevils will take over for their first possession of the second half.
So defense has to come back out on the field. Offense stalls on a 3-and-out for the Rangers. First play of that series ended up in a delay of game, so they were facing a 1st and 15. You don't want to be playing behind the chains anyway, and then just couldn't mount an attack to get going momentum-wise, at least with their first possession.
Yeah, I feel like that penalty just kind of it sets you back significantly. I know it was just 5 yards, but it just feel like the rhythm then is thrown off on that particular possession, and you just couldn't really get it back. And again, I know we say it, but this Ranger defense now has to, their backs are a little bit against the wall. Again, this is only a 13-point game, so this is not a game that's out of reach from a Ranger perspective, but you have to find a way to turn the Weevils over on this particular position, or at least not allow them to get points, because look, it's still early, but I think if you get points on this drive, if you're the Bull Weevils, that really makes it a harder scenario for the Rangers to come back in this one.
Media timeout on the field, probably one that we should have gone to the break with Ignite Physical Therapy. I didn't either. I don't know that they really waved that one in very well. But
Dustin probably would have caught that, but I'll be honest, I didn't catch that media timeout.
Not much gets by old Dustin Goodnow, let me tell you.
I hope he's having fun on his assignment duties.
Absolutely.
So, I'm sure he is.
Well, he's a good reporter. I'm sure he's working hard.
I'm sure he is too.
13:57 to go in quarter number 3. Community Bank scoreboard lit up among the evening sky here in Alva. 27-14, Monticello on top. They'll put the ball on the ground for the first time in the hands of Hayden Thomas, who rumbles across the 25-yard line to the 26. Good stop for the Rangers. Just a gain of 1 on first down will bring up 2nd and 9.
Yeah, great hit by Northwestern to kind of jump in and just really knocked him right at the line of scrimmage. He fell forward for about a yard, but that's it.
So we'll see what adjustments Ronnie Jones and company have made to start this second half defensively. Like I said, really not much wrong with the defense, just kind of the big play and some missed tackles. Brown steps back, throws to a halfback out from the out along the far sideline. That is Thomas again, makes the reception. He'll pick up the first down. Boy, unaccounted for, got too far downfield before somebody got over to him.
Yeah, just a little flare pass, and it was a one-on-one scenario there, and just did exactly what they wanted to pick up. What they needed was 9, and that's exactly what they got, 1st and 10 Weevils.
A notable injury in that first half was Braden Waters, starting safety for the Rangers. Haven't seen him back since, got banged up on a kickoff return, I believe. Another completed pass, this one to Nick Howard along the far side. They'll pick up 5 yards, do the Bull Weevils.
Yeah, that's another just little quick out. And technically it looks like maybe 4, not 5, but it was right at it. So they're working quickly and gaining some good yardage here on this opening drive of the second half of the Bull Weevils.
Brown again out of the backfield, tight formation, 4 wideouts. Pump fake, now loads up, throws, got a man. It's complete. I think that's LeCedric Smith, and it'll be at the 45-yard line inside Ranger territory. I'm wrong on who it was. Let's call that Arlie Lee, I think, over there.
Yeah, it was Lee. Yeah, you're right. I don't know if there was some miscommunication in the backfield or what. He just kind of snuck out and was really wide open. There wasn't anybody, Matt, within a couple of yards of him, and so pretty easy completion there.
That was zone coverage. He found a good pocket right there for sure. Now Brown is going to be chased and sacked in the backfield as the Rangers get through. That might be only the first, true sack of the game for the Rangers. They've had big pressure a lot of times, but just haven't been able to break through, and that is Jamison Carvel, the linebacker that got back there.
Yeah, Carvel, he's the one that made a play a moment ago on a stop right near the line of scrimmage. That time shot the gap and gets the huge sack, and that's big time, as now it's all of a sudden 2nd and 21 coming up for the Bull Weevils.
Ball now back on the Bull Weevils side of the 50. placed down at the 44-yard line. 11:27 left to go in the third. 27-14. Monticello up on the Community Bank scoreboard. Brown takes the snap, now running away from pressure to the far side, throws a little dump pass out, and it's complete at the 50-yard line. He found Hayden Thomas out of the backfield.
Yeah, that time the Rangers got pressure to flush Brown out of the pocket as he rolled to the left, but he's able to find the running back out of the backfield as we talked about. Just a little flare pass to Thomas, and it's still going to be third down, but it's being 3rd and 13, so that made it a little bit more manageable for the Bull Weevils.
Hayden Thomas has got it done in the rushing category, 11 carries for 37 yards, a couple of receptions as well for Thomas. And that time, he's just a good safety valve right there. Really plays well with his quarterback.
Weevils, by the way, 2 of 7 on third down conversions tonight.
3rd and long. It's 3rd and 13 after the completed pass. Snap back to Brown. Pressure coming from the edge. Brown will dump over the middle. Too high for his intended target. I believe he was looking for Giovanni Gibson over the middle.
Yeah, it was Gibson, and the Rangers got pressure on that backside. I mean, it was about an inch away from, I think, almost hitting the arm of Brown, which would have knocked it away. He just got it off. But I think because he had to throw it quicker than he wanted to, that's part of the reason why I think that ball sailed on Brown.
Chase Davidson back deep to return on a punt for the Rangers. Monticello will have to kick it away. Ball is at the 48-yard line in Ranger territory. Punter will take it at the 36. Steps up and boots it away at the 40. A high end-over-end punt that will go straight out of bounds. Yep. Rangers could get some decent field position here. That punt came off the side of his foot. Wasn't a total shank, but that one hit out of bounds behind where the team stands. Referee still walking it forward. They're going to give it to him at the 30. So not bad for field position.
No, it's actually pretty good. And whereas the Rangers, their punting game has kind of gotten the benefit of some bounces tonight, I think it's been a little bit of the opposite for the Bull Weevils. Is that one you mentioned just kind of went straight, bounce, and then went straight out of bounds, essentially. And, yeah, they do spot it at the 31. So you'll really take that field position-wise for the Rangers here. And, again, still just 27-14. This game's still in the wheelhouse if Northwestern offense can get something going.
I think that's about an 18-yard punt.
Yeah.
So not much punt production for Monticello. A real opportunity to kind of push that one inside the 20, maybe inside the 10 even. Just didn't quite connect with the ball cleanly. And now Northwestern will have it back. We'll take a quick timeout, media timeout on the field. This one brought to you by Ignite Physical Therapy. Rangers down 27-14. You're listening to Ranger Football, brought to you by Holder Drug.
Get no better deal in the country than at Croft Country, located in Alva, Oklahoma. Croft Country is the dealer for vehicles in Northwest Oklahoma. Croft Country is locally owned and operated since 1985, offering a full line of award-winning brands including Chevy and GMC. From the time you enter our showroom for sales or service, you can expect to be treated like family. So the next time you're in the market for a new or used vehicle, come see us right here in Alva, located at 401 East Oklahoma Boulevard.
Naloxone is a medication designed to rapidly reverse opioid overdose. A person who is experiencing an overdose can't administer naloxone to themselves. Anyone can carry naloxone, give it to someone experiencing an overdose, and potentially save a life. That's why everyone should consider having naloxone. For more information, visit okimready.org. That's okimready.org. This program is funded by Northwestern Oklahoma State University, Oklahoma Department of Mental Health and Substance Abuse Prevention Services, and Substance Abuse Mental Health Services Administration.
Welcome back as Deal takes the snap. He will hand off. Rangers running straight forward, pushing the pile. Look at this run across the 35, still moving bodies across the 40 before the Rangers are hammered down, and that'll be a first down pickup on first down. Great running game right there as the Rangers running back just not willing to go to the ground, trying to get a number there, Craig. That one's tough to make out.
Yeah,
I'm
it really
thinking
is.
33. That is Josh DeMinci. First run for the junior so far this game. And now Foster, I believe, may be back in the game.
Yeah.
Snap back. Deal will hand off at DeMinci again, and he will get hit at the line of scrimmage. But look at that. Takes 3, 4, 5 Boll Weevils to push him out of bounds.
Yeah, DeMinci is, the third or fourth running back we've seen at times tonight for the Rangers that's carried the ball. And he's got a couple of really good runs here in his first two times toting the football. Now, that second carry Doesn't look like he gained any yardage, so it sets up a 2nd and 10.
Not quite as aggressive as that first run, but, positive yardage. We'll still happily take that one. Deal in the backfield. 3 wide receivers to the near side, nobody to the far side. Quick pass to complete to Torrance Stevens at the 40. Gets bumped and tries to make his way forward. He's going to be spun down to the 45-yard line. Short pickup brings up 3rd down and 7.
7, yeah. You only got about 3 there, so it's 3rd and 7 from the 45. And what happened there is Royal Kyle tried to set up a bit of a block there, but he got actually blocked into Stevens because the defenders hit him so hard, and that's why not much gain there.
Now the 3 wide receivers will flip to the far side of the field. Snap back to Deal, rolling to his right. Quarterback designed kind of scramble, passing downfield. Has a man, goes up. That is a completed catch along the far sideline. And, man, you want to talk about selling out to get the ball. What a reception from Royal Kyle.
Wow. And again, it was a good rollout by Deal to buy himself some time, and he had one-on-one coverage. He threw it up there, and then Kyle just absolutely jumped up and made the play, just took it away from the defender.
Good big play for the Rangers, one that was needed for sure. Maybe get the offense going. 7:45 left to go in the third quarter. Rangers now just outside the red zone door at the 24-yard line, make it the 23. A fumbled snap, now a handoff to Minchie. He's going to carry it forward. He'll get head down to the 20-yard line. So the Rangers still rolling. Forward progress, about a 4-yard pickup. We'll call it 2nd and 6 upcoming. Could be 7. We'll use Chris Ruwalt's favorite saying, Craig, that's a long 6.
Yes, it is. 2nd down and, long 6, short 7, if you will.
2nd down and a long 6 coming up for the Rangers. Snap back to Caleb Deal, hand off to DeMinci, and he is again hit at the line of scrimmage. But look at the power on this young man, Craig. You can get a hand on him, you can't get him to the ground.
He's got some good leg strength for sure. And again, this is the first couple of carries we've seen him. He's listed at 5'10", 215, but showing some power. And that he gained to 2 where I didn't think he was going to get anything there. So all of a sudden you got a 3rd and 5. Coming up for the Rangers here with the ball right at the 18-yard line.
Gunnar Dozier will be in the game now as running back, 6'1", 205-pound freshman from Gore, Oklahoma. 3rd down and 5 for the Rangers, ball at the 18-yard line. Rangers have tried 1 field goal in the game so far. It was a fumbled snap, no attempt. It was obviously no good. We'll see if they don't convert here, if this is 4th down territory. Caleb Deal with plenty of time, looking for the end zone, has a man, touchdown Rangers, what a grab. Gavin Green makes his first reception of the game, and that's a Ranger touchdown.
And partner, that was a rope thrown by Deal also. He put it in a perfect spot, the back, left corner of the end zone, and I mean just absolutely darted it in there, if you will, and Green made a fantastic catch, and there was some traffic too.
Boy, the Rangers got to move quick. Down to 5 seconds for the point after attempt. They just get everybody on the field. Down to 2. Snap back, ball down, kick is away, blown dead.
Oh, yep.
It was not delay of game.
Shouldn't have been, anyways. Okay, there we go.
Okay, so they started the play clock too early. Now, this is the unfortunate thing, Craig. The Rangers converted that.
They did.
Northwestern's going to be like, hey, can we just take the result?
Take the points,
Since the referees had tried to blow it dead because of a mistimed clock, they will have to do it again. So we'll look at it as a warm-up try.
For sure.
Now you know right where it is, and the Rangers' second attempt at the point after. Ball down, kick is away, looks good, is good. Rangers climbing back in. They now trail 27-21. 6:10 left to go in the third quarter. You're listening to Ranger Football, brought to you by Holder Drug.
Alva Health and Wellness is Alva's newest healthcare option, offering a broad array of services geared to address today's most common illnesses and injuries. Alva Health and Wellness offers services for you and your child, including sickness, wellness, chronic care management, vaccinations, weight loss, and so much more. Find more information online by visiting alvahealthandwellness.com or come by and make an appointment with Jeremy Logston in person at 515 College Avenue right here in Alva.
818 Diner has consistently provided the city of Alva with quality comfort food and great service since opening in 2019. Join us for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Some of our popular menu items to choose from include the BCB burger, the French dip, and our staples such as Terry's Chicken Fried Steak, Don's Hamburger Steak, and Joe's Chicken Tenders. Open Monday and Wednesday through Sunday from 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. and open for dinner Wednesday through Friday, 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. So if you want a variety of menu items and friendly service to give you that local diner feeling, visit 818 Diner right here in Alva.
Kickoff fielded by Hooks on the near side, steps through some tackles at the 25-yard line, then wrapped up and brought to the turf at the 31. Solid return. He took that at about the 10-yard line or so, maybe the 8. Brought it up to the 31, and that is where Monticello will set up 1st and 10.
By the way, Matt, 6 plays, 69 yards on that scoring drive. And whereas the Ranger offense hasn't had a ton of big plays, they did on that drive, right? The 31-yard pass to Kyle, and then obviously the 18-yard pass to Green as Northwestern really just right back in this game, only down by, they're within a touchdown, obviously down within 6 points.
27-21, 6:03 left to go to third quarter. Northwestern looking for the defense to step up. I think Greg Hooks was a little shaken up on that play. It's taken him a while. Going off under his own power, but he's got a teammate right there with him, kind of just slowly walking off the field. He removed the helmet, talked to some of the training staff over there. A little banged up. Snap back to Brown. Hand off to Thomas, far side, as he tries to kind of just cut up inside. That one, a little bit of a draw play, if you will. And only good for about a yard.
Yeah, Chima Oz, the guy that stood his ground on that right defensive end and just didn't allow much to get there, just a gain of a yard on that play.
Had a pulling lineman over there, too, trying to open that hole up. But Chima, like you said, stood his ground. Great description of that because he was immovable.
Yeah.
2nd and 9 coming up. 3 wide outs for Brown. Snap back. Surveys, loads up, throws, wants to go deep, has a man. It is Nick Howard, and I think they're going to say incomplete.
Yeah.
Ball hit the ground.
Yeah, that was close.
Now,
I'm with you. I kind of held off a little bit.
This is a challengeable play. Howard acted like he maybe had caught that. We'll see if we see our first official challenge of the season. The way that the Great American Conference has decided these challenges need to work, the coaches will call timeout and then drop the red flag to indicate the challenge, and it looks like Monticello is just going to take the result.
Doesn't look like they're going to here. So 3rd and 9, as the Weevils are only 2 of 8 on third down conversions tonight.
Trying to get with their team in the booth to see what they see on the replay monitor.
Yeah.
Brown drops back under pressure, throws, it's going to be picked off. Rangers have it at the 50-yard line, and here we go, running downhill across the 40, downhill to the 30, slides by inside the 20-yard line. What a play from the Ranger defense. Tremendously jumped pass, and I'm trying to see who that was, Craig.
Aaron, I just can't
get the number.
But it was a fantastic interception.
Getting all the high fives along the sideline. Tremendous play, and the Rangers are set up. The defense has answered the call for a second time. They've already got 1 touchdown in the game, and now a big interception for that Ranger defense.
He still has the ball, and I can't see the number still.
I don't blame him. I'd carry that ball all the way back to the locker room if they let me. I guarantee it. I think that's Daniel Oates.
Oh, okay, there you go.
Oates comes away with the interception for the Rangers, sets the offense up in tremendous territory. First pickoff of the season for DeMylan Brown. Caleb Deal back out onto the field. 1 halfback in the backfield with him. I believe that's Gill. And now they'll send Gill in motion, so an empty set backfield. 4 wide receivers and a tight end. Deal loads up, throws deep, goes for the corner of the end zone. Had a receiver, but again, the receiver cut inside the play, went back outside. And we may have an injured boll weevil in the back of the end zone. Somebody holding the knee. That was the man charged with covering Gill out of the backfield.
Yeah, and I didn't see the number either, but you hate to see this for either team at this point, especially first game of the year, but you hope it's not something significant. But boy, he is really in some pain down there, the defender for the Weevils.
Training staff is out. Looks like that leg's being attended to. We'll take a quick injury timeout brought to you by Ignite Physical Therapy. Rangers trail 27-21. You're listening to Ranger Football brought to you by Holder Drug.
Alva State Bank and Trust Company, older than Oklahoma, big enough to serve you and small enough to know you.
We love to give back to our customers. Did you know Alva State Bank offers a great rewards checking account program? That's right. You can earn cash back or high interest with our Casasa accounts. We will even refund you up to $25 in ATM fees.
How do I qualify?
It's simple. Just swipe your debit card 12 times, sign up for online statements, and have one ACH credit or debit post to your account.
Can I do it online?
Yes. Just visit our website at www.alvastatebank.com to see if our Casasa Rewards program is right for you. We make banking easy. Whether you're at home, the office, or in your car, our online or mobile banking options help you juggle busy schedules and financial needs.
We plant roots where others have branches.
Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Welcome back live to Ranger football. Injured player, I believe, Craig, was Robert Iverson, the linebacker. He is 6'2", 210-pound sophomore from New Manchester, Georgia.
Yeah, and Iverson has made some plays for the Boll Weevils from that linebacker spot, a couple of them tonight, so that's a significant loss for them.
Comes off very gingerly on that leg. He is under his own power, but not going to win any foot races at the moment, so we'll hope for the best for Iverson as he gets checked out. Ranger offense back on the field. 2nd down and 10. Snap back to Deal. Handoff to Gill, charging forward. And he will get all the way down to the 15-yard line. Nice pickup there on 2nd down. Giving him 7 yards. Will bring up 3rd down and 3.
Yeah, got right inside or right at the 15-yard line. It was where they officially spotted.
Looks like the Rangers will need, what do you think, that's the 11, give or take?
Yeah.
For the first down?
For the first down. I think they get, just outside the 11. I think you're correct.
2 wideouts to the far side, 1 to the near side. Caleb Deal in the backfield, takes the snap, fakes the give, play action. Deal rolling out to his right, pressure coming. Has to just heave one up out of bounds, and a flag comes in. I think they're going to get the Monticello guys for potentially a late hit. Or, no, that guy's calling. Wow, if the line judge on this side of the field called intentional grounding, I'm going to throw a fit.
I mean, he was.
That's not his call by any stretch of the imagination. He keeps touching his head. Or maybe he's calling an illegal man downfield.
That might be what we're looking at here. He was well outside the tackle boxes. Yeah, ineligible downfield is what it is.
Coming out, he was pointing over there, and he was pushing. I thought, there's no way that he's calling intentional grounding. Come on.
3 of 12 now are the Rangers on 3rd down conversions. They actually had made their last 2 3rd down conversions, but here's interesting. Monticello
I think
declined it. They
the
did,
penalty.
and so now the Rangers are going to go for a field goal, and they'll spot it at the 22.
First field goal of 23 yards was no good. This one will be 32 yards. Snap back, ball down, kick is away. That one's got a shot. It looks good. It is good, and the Rangers now 1 of 2 on field goals as they convert a 32-yarder off the foot of the Ranger kicker Tyler Fury, I believe. So the Rangers now trail 27-24, 4:11 left to go in quarter number 3. We'll take a quick break. You're listening to Ranger Football, brought to you by Holder Drug.
The Alva Moose Lodge is a proud supporter of all Northwestern and Alva public school activities and strives to be the heart of the community through fundraisers and community-based events that make a difference in the lives of individuals, kids, and families throughout Northwest Oklahoma. On a national basis, the Moose Fraternity provides at-risk children with a second chance at life and its senior members a comforting retirement at its 5-star senior facility in Florida. If you would like to see how you can help make a difference in the lives of those in need, stop by the Alva Moose Lodge Monday through Saturday from 4 p.m. to 10:30 p.m. at 302 7th Street to learn more. Fall is right around the corner, and so are the savings at G&G Home Furnishings in Alva. It's our annual Labor Day sale here at G&G. Some of the items on sale include lift bases for king and queen mattresses, sofas, love seats, recliners on sale as well. Don't miss out on all the savings at G&G with their Labor Day sale going on until September 17th. For listings on all products, visit our Facebook page with daily posts, visit our website at gnghomefurnishings.com, or stop by and say hello and browse in person at 2107 College Boulevard right here in Alva.
Great kickoff for the Rangers, Craig, as that one kind of winds its way over to the near side coffin corner. It kind of died at about the 2-yard line. Monticello had to pick it up and return it, and they are going to be stopped shy of the 20-yard line. In fact, ball is at, I believe, the 16. So Brown and company backed up a little deep in their own territory to take over on this one as they lead just by 3. The Rangers have roared back into this third quarter.
Yeah, and so we talked about Monticello scoring 20 in a row. Now the Rangers have scored 10 straight points as we go back and forth.
Snap back to Brown. Patient in the pocket. Now flushed. He'll escape to the far sideline. Rangers pursuing. Brown will put his head down and get across the 20-yard line to the 21. Good pickup on first down. And that's just Demylon Brown taking nothing and turning it into a little something.
Yeah, he winds up getting 4, and that's about as good as you could hope for from that scenario, and sets up a second down and 6, essentially.
So now the Boll Weevils again out of the gun, tight formations. Not they've done this about half the time or so. They don't really get big splits with those wide receivers as Brown quickly throws to the far side, intended target LeCedric Smith. Pass was off the mark and it goes incomplete. That's going to bring up third down.
Well, you like this if you're the Rangers because now you've got an opportunity. It stops the clock. You're not necessarily worried about that, but look, third down scenario here. You got a chance to have a quick 3 and out, and that momentum could then continue to swing your way if you get the ball back and get some good field position here.
2 wide receivers to the far side, 2 to the near side. LeCedric Smith and Isaiah Cross on opposite sides of the field this time. They're normally on the same. Brown will load up, throws complete on the far sideline, and that is going to be stopped immediately. Maybe a gain of 1 will bring up fourth down. A little slip screen to the wide receiver. That one blown up by the defense.
Absolutely. Far side of the field for the Rangers. I'm trying to see. I think that was Marchand maybe that came in and made that stop, but Northwestern, they just got there immediately, and you're right, just a 1-yard gain. So all of a sudden, this is a big scenario. That's a big 3 and out for the Ranger defense.
Marchand throwing his hat in the ring for the defensive player of the game. We've called his name a lot tonight. However, a fumble recovery for a touchdown and a big interception. There's some competition in that
for
deal.
sure.
Davison back deep to receive the punt. It's going to be called for a fair catch, and he will make it at the 34-yard line. So the Rangers fair territory to take back over as we expect to see Caleb Deal and company make their way back out onto the field. With 3:03 left to go in the third quarter, the Rangers trail 27-24 in the home opener against the University of Arkansas Monticello. First game under new head coach Ronnie Jones. I'm looking for the sign from the referee, Craig. I'm not seeing it, so
no, you're good.
We'll keep it here. Just a little extra.
It's a good thing because I probably would have jumped the gun there.
A little extra discussion from both sides, but now Caleb Deal will lead his team back out onto the field.
But look, Rangers are right there. They had that quick 3 and out drive, but since then, the momentum has just really, really gotten into the Ranger favor here, and this is just a 3-point game with 3 minutes to go here in the third quarter.
DeBanchi on the carry for the Rangers. He'll start right side, finds a very small hole, but hits it at 100 miles an hour, moves the pile for about 4 yards.
I like this kid. He runs really, really hard. Got a wrecking ball there, although he does come up a little bit gimpy. And
I saw him stand up and then set back down.
That one might be a cramp scenario. We'll see.
That's what that looked like. He just kind of locked up there. Well, trainers are going to have to come out. Craig, we'll try and squeeze a quick break in here at Ignite Physical Therapy. Injury timeout. You're listening to Ranger Football, brought to you by Holder Drug.
At Ignite Physical Therapy, we assist in the therapy of many different aspects, such as advanced problem solving, joint mobilization, treatment of adverse neural tension, evaluation and treatment of muscle imbalance, tissue-specific exercise, and patient education. Dr. Jared Hayda and staff want to get you back to the life that you had before your injury. They have helped so many through rehabilitation, and they can do the same for you. Stop by and see the staff at Ignite Physical Therapy on 520 Flynn Street, or make an appointment by calling 580-327-3331.
Are you in need of electrical work done at your home, farm, or business? Northwest Electric in Alva is your local and friendly contractor for all your electrical needs. Daryl, David, and Scott are fully qualified electricians with over 100 years of combined electrical experience. From new lighting options and troubleshooting to new construction or remodeling of your home or business, Northwest Electric is here to serve you beyond the call of duty. Northwest Electric is a proud supporter of Goldbug and Ranger athletics. Northwest Electric, where we don't want all the business, just yours.
Welcome back to Ranger football. Josh Dominci will be very, very slowly coming off the field. I mean, Craig, if it's not a cramp, I'd be surprised. He is doing a little bit of the penguin walk there.
Yeah.
Looks like he is just really tight. Not a ton of carries tonight, but boy, does he run hard.
He does. No, I mean, this is a kid you hope you see some more carries from as the season goes on, because and I'm pretty sure we're looking at a cramping scenario. It's hot still, late August, about to be early September, but he's ran well for sure.
Believe that it is different running back into the formation. That is Blake Jones in the backfield. Snap back to Deal. Hand off to Jones, fumbled. Put it on the ground. It's still loose.
Yep, there's a
and
scramble.
It looks to me like Monticello came up with that. I can't tell for sure, but they are all pointing that they've got it, and it looked like a white jersey that fell on it. And there it is. Boy, the Rangers and the turnovers today, it has been traumatic.
Well, again, you've now got a couple of fumbles. You've had an interception. And again, the spot where this happens, Matt, it's just an absolute killer. You're in your own end of the field at your own 39. You fumble it. They pick it up. They're going to have a fantastic field position. It's going to be spotted at the 31. You had every portion of the momentum headed your way, only down 3, and now you have a chance to just give it right back to the Boll Weevils.
3 fumbles and an interception on the day for the Rangers. 1 fumble, 1 interception so far for the Boll Weevils.
Yeah.
However, their fumble was a direct touchdown for the defense.
That's true.
But Northwestern's coughed it up twice inside the red zone.
Let's see if the defense can step up, buddy.
Snap back to Brown, wants to throw, pump fake, has time, loads up, throws over the middle of the field, has a receiver down there, and they're going to call pass interference. Northwestern defensive back never got his head back around to look.
No, it was intended for Cross. That's a guy that has been a big play target for Brown all night long. He threw it up for grabs. Brown was right there, and you're right. Defender just kind of bumped right into Brown or to Cross, and that was a fairly easy pass interference penalty to issue there.
Joshua Christopher flagged for that one. It'll be his first penalty of the game. First time we've had a chance to call his name. Hasn't been in a lot of coverages yet. And Isaiah Cross just got behind him. He was doing a great job closing the gap, but didn't get his head back around and kind of just ran through Cross there.
Yeah, so now all of a sudden the Weevils have it at the 16-yard line, first down and 10 with 2:17 to go here in the third quarter.
Need a little black cloud magic from the defense here. 20 seconds on the play clock. 2:17 left to go in quarter number 3. Rangers down 27-24 on the Community Bank scoreboard. Brown calling out the signals as Monticello comes to the line. 3 wideouts. Brown in the shotgun. He will give to Thomas, who is going to be hit and stopped at the line of scrimmage. If there's a gain, it wasn't much of one.
Yeah, I can't imagine he got much at all. You're right. I think they did officially give him a yard, but goodness, that was good play up front for the Ranger defense, set up to second down and 9.
Isaiah Cross split to the near side. 2 wideouts over here, 1 to the far side. Snap back, Brown play action, rolling out to the near side, looking downfield and throws wide open.
Yeah.
Good grief. Nobody found Nick Howard right there. Could have sold real estate with the room around him.
Yeah. No, that was very, very well played, well called play. Let's put it that way. Just the rollout, right slant pattern over the middle for Howard, and that's his second touchdown of the night.
Been really impressed with how little work that the Milan Brown has had to do as far as the run game goes.
Oh, yeah.
20 first downs in the game for Arkansas. Monticello, 277, going to be closer to 285 or so pass yards after that play right there. And now the point after attempt, it was either a high snap or a fake. I couldn't tell, but they are going for the end zone, and he's going to get it. That is in for a 2-point conversion, but there's a flag on the play. Now, one of the linemen for Monticello had his helmet off and was walking back out to get it, so we may have hands to the face for the defense.
So it's Caleb Jacobs who is the holder on that play, who's also a wide receiver. But, now we have to read the penalty.
Big thing here, Craig, is what do you think that play was? Was that a bad snap or was that a design?
Honestly, it looked like it was designed. Now, I could be wrong, but okay, so they're going to – so the 2-point play was converted. And then the post penalty was actually against the Rangers for illegal hands to the face.
Which that 15 yards will come on the ensuing kickoff. So the Rangers down bad right now and going to be backed up a little bit. 35-24. It's not out of hand yet. 1:46 left to go in the third quarter. We'll take a quick break. You're listening to Ranger Football, brought to you by Holder Drug.
Your agency of choice for all types of insurance is McDermott Insurance in Alva. For home, auto, farm, or business insurance, the McDermott Agency will protect what you value most by providing the best coverage and client service possible. To get your custom professional insurance review, call McDermott Insurance at 580-327-3500 or visit them at 526 Flynn Street in Alva. McDermott Insurance. They can't predict the future, but they can insure it.
If your car suffers from body damage, K&K Body Works is a cure-all for your automotive servicing needs. At our fully equipped shop in Alva, Oklahoma, we have a team of skilled technicians who can do quick and quality repair services. As a full-service auto body shop, we offer professional auto painting and glass installation services for vehicles of all makes and models. Get your free estimate today by visiting us at 301 Flynn Street, right here in Alva, Oklahoma.
Well, and then a surprise to absolutely nobody. Monticello does not want to put the ball into the hands of Julian Jackson. So a kickoff from the 50 because of the 50-yard or the 15-yard penalty. They will boot that one out of the back of the end zone, and the Rangers will take over as a result of the touchback. They'll have it on the 25-yard line.
Yeah, but man, I know I hate to just keep going back to that, but man, oh man, you had gotten a fantastic stop defensively. You have the football at your own 34-yard line. Essentially, you're in pretty good, good position. You fumble the ball, you give it right back to Monticello, and they take advantage of it.
So here we go. First down for the Rangers. Not much doing. A little run up the middle as play-by-play guy was distracted.
That's all right. It was Gill, I think, on the carry.
Nice pickup. Call it 4. Second down and 6 coming up. Ball at about the 30-yard line. Hand off to Gill again. Little stutter step. Gets by one tackler. Stiff arm by a second. Across the 40 and out of bounds at the 45-yard line. Darian Gill making it look easy right there.
That was, just a great run. He goes left side, shows some shiftiness and really some strength. It looked like the defender had an angle on him, and he was able to get around that end and just keep going. And what big-time first down run up to the 45.
First downs have been hard to come by for the Rangers in this game. That is just number 12. Arkansas Monticello has 20. Caleb Deal with 4 wideouts in the formation looking to the sideline. Now he'll check something down. They'll send Gill up toward the line. Empty set backfield for Deal. Caleb takes the snap, drops back. Wants to run, tries the middle of the field. Now flushes near side, has to just throw that one away. And a questionable takedown there by the defense of Monticello. No flags down, apparently. Thought they might get a little bit of a unnecessary roughness call right there. But
again, I thought, though, that was a pretty good play by Deal not to really force it. I mean, he did have Royal Kyle, who was in the vicinity there, but he didn't try to really spot it into a spot there and just kind of threw it away and lived to play another day.
Second down and 10. 2 wideouts to the far side. Torrance Stephen in motion. Snap back to Deal. He will roll right. Block set up to aid him in that direction, and then tries to throw. Looked like he stuck a toe in the turf. Kind of stumbled into that throw. It was a bit off of the mark. I think Stevens was the intended target. Ball bounces away off of the turf. Incomplete. It'll bring up third down and 10. Really what you don't want to see right here, Craig, is after a good run by Darian Gill, is to then go 3 empty plays.
No, that would not be what you want if you're the Rangers, because then all of a sudden you're punting back to Monticello late stages of the third as they've already got an 11-point lead.
42.7 seconds left in the third. 35-24. Rangers down on the Community Bank scoreboard. Snap back to Caleb Deal. Sets up, loads up, throws deep. 2 men in the area. Jumping and tipping it away as Monticello. Torrance Stevens couldn't get a hand on it. He did take some contact on the way down, but once the ball is tipped, it's got a fair game. So,
yeah, it was actually not a bad throw from Deal. I mean, he put some good mustard on it, but that time Monticello just had great coverage. They had extra defensive backs in the backfield, and they really had that kind of diagnosed almost to where it was going, and just hard. It would have been hard to fit that one in.
plenty of arm strength for Deal on the throw, but like you said, good defense. 4th down and 10 at the 45 in their own territory. Rangers have to punt it away. Snap back pressure coming. Rangers fake it. They throw. Oh, no, the receiver wasn't looking.
Goodness.
I don't know if Woodring saw that or if that was a designed fake, but in any case, the man closest to the ball, I don't think had any idea that it was coming in his direction.
I don't think he even turned around. It didn't look like.
That is, I think the intended target there was Miles Mays, the defensive back listed at Frisco, Texas. And he was running across the field but looking back toward Woodring for the punt while the ball was in the air in front of him. Even if he'd have seen it, it would have been pretty athletic to get to it.
And then he still had some yards to go, I think, before he could have made the first down, essentially. But, man, that's huge. All of a sudden, Monticello's right in the Ranger into the field at the 45.
Well, you got to do something, and now flag comes out. False start against Monticello, so they'll play behind the chains to start this series. Ball was at the 45-yard line. It'll go back to the 50.
Well, once again, I think we keep saying it tonight, but, man, Matt, if this Ranger team wants to continue to entertain thoughts of coming back, I think you got to find some way to keep the Boll Weevils off the scoreboard with this drive and keep this game to around an 11-point margin, because you get to, 17, 18 points, that's going to be tough with just a quarter left to play.
10 penalties, 93 yards for the Boll Weevils as they hand off to Thomas up the middle across the line of scrimmage. He'll pick up, let's call it 4, call it 3. So doesn't get back the yards they lost on the false start. The Rangers, Craig, not faring well in the penalty division right now, as Northwestern's been flagged 9 times for 110 yards in penalties. They were doing so well to the end of the first half. Like you said, kind of 2 pass interference penalties there. Put us into the locker room with 90 penalty yards when you would have just been at 60. And now a timeout on the field, so a timeout in the booth, brought to you by Ignite Physical Therapy. We'll take a break at the end of the third quarter. Rangers trail 35-24 on the Community Bank scoreboard. You're listening to Ranger Football, brought to you by Holder Drug.
Beatles understands the difficult decisions which families often face as they make living choices for their loved one. It is our desire to provide residents with the same loving, Christian quality care on which Beatles was founded, and offer support to families and friends. When it's time for you to choose a nursing home facility, we'll hope you'll consider Beatles Nursing Home. Give us a call at 580-327-1274 or stop by and visit our facility at 916 Noble Street in Alva.
Community Bank has been serving Alva, Oklahoma and the surrounding area since 1984. Community Bank was founded by local community members who wanted to ensure the banking needs of the community were being met. It has been our goal since inception to provide customer-focused services and community development. Our customers are friends, neighbors, and never just a number. We believe in investing in our community, and we pride ourselves in being your hometown bank. Community Bank, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
Welcome back to Ranger Football. Matt Adair alongside Craig Kilman. Craig, I've got some bad news to break.
Okay.
Braden Waters, I can see him on the sideline now. He wears jersey number 28. He was the starter for the Rangers back in the defense at strong safety. He has got an arm sling. Could have been like a collarbone, something. Yeah. Of course, we won't know until he gets checked out, but he is pads off, jersey on. Watching from the sideline right now. Snap back to Brown. Fakes the give. DeMilan going to try and keep it, and that was a little option read for the quarterback. He could hand that one off, come to the near side. Instead, decided to pull it, try and go back to the far side. He'll pick up 2 more yards. It'll bring up 3rd and 10. Remember, they started with a false start penalty. Been playing behind the chains this whole drive.
Yeah, that's actually a pretty good play by the Rangers not to really be faked out by that play from Brown, and they really kind of stood their ground, and only a 2-yard gain. You'll live with that. You got a 3rd and 10 now coming up for the Boll Weevils, and they are only 2 of 10 on 3rd down conversions tonight.
Another big grudge match between the Rangers and the Boll Weevils. 14-20 left in the game, 35-24 on the Community Bank scoreboard, as the Boll Weevils will complete a pass across the middle of the field. And, man, that guy getting his name in the stat book quite a bit tonight. That's Nick Howard with another big pickup and a Boll Weevil first down.
Yeah, Howard, 6'3", 170-pound sophomore. Goodness, he's a big, strong target. And he, along with Cross, have been their 2 big play guys in the receiver.
LaCedric Smith was the guy that we kind of looked at to be the number 1 coming in, and really been quiet tonight. But Nick Howard stepping up. Pump fake and then thrown over the middle, complete to Howard again, and he'll carry it inside the 15-yard line all the way down to the 14. Another boll weevil first down, another big snag by Nick Howard.
That was a play-action play by Brown, by the way. The Rangers, I think, thought, that they were going to run it. That play-action, though, just kind of bit a little bit, and Howard was wide open. A great throw by DeMylan Brown, and, man, all of a sudden – Boll Weevils will have it 1st and 10 from the Ranger 14, but we do have, I think, maybe an injury timeout.
Timeout on the field brought to you by Ignite Physical Therapy. Well, wait a minute. Referee is going to say, no, He got up. Plenty of time. We're not going to stop this one. Roll the clock. 22 seconds on the game clock as the Boll Weevils jump back out. Ignite, we owe you one, buddy.
We'll get you one.
13-10 left to go in the game. Rangers trailing 35-24. Boll Weevils threatening. Handoff to Thomas. Flag down as he drives the pile across the 10-yard line. And now the Rangers will slam him back to about the 12. Forward progress took him, though, quite a bit further down the field. That flag came out awfully early, Craig. A lot of times where you might see holding.
Yeah, it was very quick, and it's over on the far side of the field.
Now, Monticello is pointing toward the goal line like that may be against the Rangers. No indication yet. Referee talking to the Monticello sideline. Offsides whistled against the Rangers. That's Isaiah Curry, the lineman, said that he was lined up in the neutral zone.
Oh, man.
Now, the question will be, do you take that penalty or not? Because it's about the same distance either way. Looks like maybe they'll squeeze an extra yard if they accept it, and they will. That'll put them down to the 9-yard line, first down and 5 to go.
See, that's the problem also. It's still first down, so first down. And
yeah, absolutely. You retake that if you get the first down back.
Yeah.
Brown again, hands off to Thomas. He is going to be hit right at the line of scrimmage. May be able to hop the pile forward for a yard or so. Curry on the stop, able to kind of come around the backside and drag him down.
Yeah, I thought Curry did a good job that time, right near the line of scrimmage. It just didn't give up anything and no gain. So, sets up a 2nd down and 5, still right at the 9-yard line.
You really would like to come away with just 3 if they get any. Rangers are down by 11.
This is pretty crucial to try to find some way to maybe force a field goal opportunity here.
2 wide outs for Brown as he takes the snap. Hand off to Thomas again. Head down, charging. He'll be hit in front of the 5-yard line and kind of pushed sideways. Down to the 6, but not enough for the first down. That is going to bring up, I believe, a 3rd down attempt for the Boll Weevils.
Looks like about 2 maybe from the spot. Yeah, 3rd and 2 from the 6.
No huddle. Quick setup for the Boll Weevils. Snap back to Brown. Fakes the give. DeMylan going to hold on to it, and nobody's home on the backside. That's an easy touchdown for the Boll Weevils.
Again, it's just a great call, too. I mean, because you're kind of expecting maybe they're going to give it to Thomas and just try to run up the gut for those 2 yards. He just pulls it down. It's kind of a read option almost by the quarterback. Brown just pulls it out and goes right around that right end, and there was nobody within 10 yards, really. It was an easy kind of waltzed into the end zone with Brown goes in from 9 yards out.
Really good play action, too. You could see when he put that in the belly of Thomas, the defense kind of sucked inside, and like you say, Brown made a good read. 41-24, Monticello starting to pull back away from the Rangers. Point after attempt upcoming. Snap down, kick is away. That one's going to be good. 42-24, Boll Weevils with the lead, 11:38 left to go in the game on the Community Bank scoreboard. You're listening to Ranger Football, brought to you by Holder Drug.
Do you have a heart of compassion for people who find themselves in tough situations? Hope Pregnancy Center of Northwest Oklahoma is opening this fall in Alva and is currently hiring a full-time assistant. We'd love to have you join our team. Please call Charity Lyon at 580-327-9091 for more information, or visit obhc.org/about/employment for a job description and employment application.
Farmers are the backbone of our country, especially right here in Western Oklahoma. And we've got our farmers' backs at Farm Credit of Western Oklahoma. We are here to serve all needs to our farmers and ranchers with livestock loans, rural loans, real estate loans, operating loans, and of course, agribusiness loans. Serving our farmers since 1916 at Farm Credit of Western Oklahoma. Call or come by today and speak to one of our loan officers in Alva, Anadarko, Clinton, Elk City, Guyman, Tuttle, and Woodward.
Welcome back to Ranger Football. Matt Adair alongside Craig Kilman. Nice scoring drive right there for the Boll Weevils, Craig, and they have got a pretty commanding lead, 42-24 with 11:38 to go.
Yeah, that winds up being a 6-play, 45-yard drive for the Boll Weevils as Brown gets the 6-yard rushing touchdown, and it's just kind of crazy how this game has gone, partner. First touchdown of the game from Arkansas Monticello. Rangers scored 14 unanswered. Boll Weevils score 20 unanswered. The Rangers score 14 unanswered to start the third. And now it's actually, 16 straight points that have been scored by the Boll Weevils to put this back to a 42-24 advantage now.
Julian Jackson and Blake Jones back deep to receive for the Rangers. Kick is away. High end over end kick. Julian Jones going to take it at the 5. Across the 10, coming to the near side. 15 finds a seam. 20. Now across the 30. Little stutter hesitation. It'll go out of bounds shy of the 35-yard line. And I'm telling you what, Julian Jones is excitement wrapped up. I mean, fun to watch.
This kid is absolutely fun to watch. I don't want to. You look at people that you compare other players to, and he doesn't have the same size, but he's almost a Devin Hester type guy, at the college level that we're seeing for him. He is so quick and shifty, and Rangers have pretty good field position here up at their own 35.
Another good return, fielded at the 5, taken to the 35, a 30-yard return, another start-stop hesitation. And the Ranger offense back out on the field. Different quarterback this time as the Rangers will complete a pass to the far sideline. Finds a seam across the 35, across the 40-yard line. Try and see. Quarterback had his side to me the whole time. Didn't get a number, but that is going to be Nick Cardman.
Yeah. That was actually pretty strong throw by Cardman. Winds up being about a 6-yard gain, but nice little flick out there on an inside slant.
Cardman, transfer student, came to campus only about 2 weeks ago. So just kind of starting to learn the offense, but they say that he has got a crazy strong arm. Little jet sweep to Torrance Stevens, slips a tackle at the 40, forward to the 45, and rolling to about the 47-yard line before he goes down. Plenty of room for a first down carry right there on the jet sweep from T-Man.
Yeah, and we know the type of playmaker that Stevens is. You want to get his hands on the football, so I love that little jet sweep call. Just get his hands on the ball and see if he can make a play, and that's a first down.
Cardman in the shotgun. 4 wideouts, 3 to the top side, 1 man in the backfield. He will take the snap, hand off to Gill, slips a tackle, now 2 on a spin, spins back the other direction with a guy holding on to him and gets up near midfield. That was a lot of work for just a really 2-yard gain right there.
No, it really was. He was actually hit by, I think, one of the linebackers.
I think Devontae Bond, a defensive lineman, is down on the field, by the way. So we'll have a quick injury timeout brought to you by Ignite Physical Therapy. We'll break away. 10:06 left to go. Rangers down 42-24. You're listening to Ranger Football, brought to you by Holder Drug.
Northwestern football is back in full swing, and just like the Rangers, Bank Central is here to help you score a touchdown. We offer multiple services to help you score on your own financial goals. Head to the end zone with Bank Central. Stop by 604 Flynn Street or call 580-327-1122. Our qualified professionals are available in Alva, Cherokee, Enid, and Woodward. Certain fees and restrictions may apply, or other terms and conditions may apply. Member FDIC, and as always, Ride Rangers Ride.
The temperature is hot outside, and so are these deals at Holder Drug, your local pharmacy. Stop in and check out some of the new available items at Holder's, starting with our hanging scrolls and banners. Expecting a child soon? Holder Drug is the perfect place for your baby registry. Find more information by stopping by the store or visit us online at holderdrug.com. As always, free delivery with your medications and prescriptions, along with specials at the fountain. That's Holder Drug, located on the downtown square, right here in Alva.
Holder Drug, a great place in Alva, Oklahoma. Sally and crew do a great job of keeping their merchandise fresh. If you haven't been to Holder's in a while, stop by and Check out all the new items available for sale. That's Holder Drug on the downtown square in Alva, Oklahoma. Longtime member of the community, strong supporter of both the Rangers and the Goldbugs. We love Holder Drug, Craig.
Absolutely. Jack and Jill. Love the Jack and Jill.
There you go. Quarterback takes the snap, throws incomplete, led the receiver just a little too far. Braden Reichert was who they were trying to get that to. Krigman's throw just a bit out in front.
Yeah, just a little bit of miscommunication there in terms of where I think he wanted to go with the football. And just couldn't really get that going. So 3rd and 8 for the Rangers here with the ball just squarely right at midfield.
Nick Cargman, quarterback for this series. Darian Gill going to be the running back. He's had a heck of a game. 2 wide receivers to the far side, 2 to the near side. Clock at 9:50 left to go in the game. Rangers got a lot of digging to do if they're going to get back into this one as Cargman tries to squirt forward. He'll get back to just shy of the line of scrimmage, lost a yard on the forced scramble, and that'll bring up 4th down. Punt team back out onto the field for Northwestern.
Alfred Hankins, the defensive lineman for the Bull Weevils, able to make the stop there and actually winds up losing a yard essentially on that. So, yeah, 4th down and 9 now for the Rangers.
Punt formation out onto the field. Rangers down 18. Jake Woodring gets this one off. End-over-end punt. That's going to hit down at the 30. Takes a big Ranger roll inside the 20. Going to be down at the 18-yard line. You know, he hasn't really just booted the ball a whole bunch as far as like long, deep punts, but they've been fairly well guided, and he gets a lot of the right type of English on the ball. You know what I mean?
He has tonight. There's no question about it. The bounces have been going in his favor all night long, and it's been good because you've been able to flip some of the field position. Northwestern again trailing 42-24 on the Community Bank scoreboard with about 9 minutes and 6 seconds to go in this one, and I think maybe they've called another media timeout, it looks like.
We'll break away. Ignite Physical Therapy bringing you this timeout of Ranger football. Ranger football brought to you by Holder Drug of Alva.
At Marshall Funeral Home, we're always here to help provide comfort and care when you need us the most, but we hope to put that off for as long as possible. That's why we want to take a few seconds to remind you to stay safe and have a great holiday weekend. Labor Day weekend will be here in no time, and many people will be hitting the road for the last weekend of the summer, perhaps heading to a water park, the beach, or the great outdoors. Labor Day is all about having fun in the sun and spending time with friends and family. So from all of us at Marshall Funeral Home, have fun and be safe during your Labor Day weekend.
To prevent medication from getting into the wrong hands, it is crucial to store it out of sight and out of the reach of children and visitors. In addition, it is important to dispose of unwanted, expired, and unused medications in a safe manner. For more information, visit okimready.org. That's okimready.org, or call 988 Oklahoma's Mental Health Lifeline. This program is funded by Northwestern Oklahoma State University, Oklahoma Department of Mental Health and Substance Abuse Prevention Services, and Substance Abuse Mental Health Services Administration.
The soothing voice of Caleb Mossberg there on the ad for Northwestern and their preventative services, something that the Rangers are proud to make sure everybody is aware of on campus. Handoff on 1st down for Monticello. Didn't get much. A couple of yards forward. I believe Thomas was the ball carrier.
Actually,
could be wrong on that.
No, I think it's the big kid. Was
Yep,
it Furman?
Yeah. 6 foot tall, 225-pounder. He got loose for a little bit of a track meet run. Not from behind, but boy, could he rumble down the field. 2nd down and 8 coming up. Snap back to Brown, loads up, throws long pass. That is caught in stride along the far sideline down to the 40 and stopped at the 30-yard line. Another big play for Monticello. Giovanni Gibson, the 6'3", 205-pound freshman out of Louisiana, takes that one down the field, and the Rangers give it up in chunks right now.
Yeah, that one goes all the way to the Ranger 30-yard line on that pitch and catch. And I was about to say, Matt, I think the Bull Weevils are just going to keep it on the ground and kind of keep the clock rolling. All of a sudden, they said, no, we're going right for the jugular and trying to really completely put this game away.
I tell you what, I wouldn't call this a rivalry game between Northwestern and Monticello, but it is certainly a grudge match.
Yeah, there's no question.
Tied 6-6 all time. Each team's won 3 at home, 3 on the road as Brown loads up, throws again, and it's complete. And that will be a Bull Weevil touchdown. I think that's none other than Nick Howard who gets away again. And As far as players tonight go, Nick Howard is really having a game.
Well, how about this drive, Matt? They get a 2-yard carry to the 20-yard line on the first play. They get a 50-yard pass play to get down to the Ranger 30, and then it's a 30-yard touchdown from Brown to Howard as they hook up for the third time tonight.
3 plays, 800 yards, and a touchdown for Monticello on that drive. That was
pretty
incredible.
much. Yeah, it was.
Ranger defense out on the field. Point after attempt upcoming. Monticello just 2 points shy of the half-a-century mark. Ball down, kick is away. It's good. It's now 49-24 as Monticello finds the momentum on offense. 7:43 left to go. Rangers down by a few. We'll take a break and be right back. You're listening to Ranger Football, brought to you by Holder Drug of Alva, Oklahoma.
Dingall Real Estate and Auction has been serving clients in Oklahoma and Kansas for nearly 37 years. If you're looking to buy, sell, or invest, we are your real estate professionals. We will get you the top dollar for your property, whether it be at auction or private sale. Get with Dingall Real Estate and Auction if you're wanting to buy a ranch, good farmland, sell or lease minerals, or buy a home. Visit our website at dingallauction.com to browse available listings. Talk to Dean, Jessica, Steve, or Todd at 580-327-8217 or stop by the office in Alva, where you're always greeted with a smile. Come and see us.
The Alva Moose Lodge is a proud supporter of all Northwestern and Alva public school activities and strives to be the heart of the community through fundraisers and community-based events that make a difference in the lives of individuals, kids, and families throughout Northwest Oklahoma. On a national basis, the Moose Fraternity provides at-risk children with a second chance at life and its senior members a comforting retirement at its 5-star senior facility in Florida. If you would like to see how you can help make a difference in the lives of those in need, stop by the Alva Moose Lodge Monday through Saturday from 4 p.m. to 10:30 p.m. at 302 7th Street to learn more.
Jackson takes it at the 2-yard line, and here he comes up the field. This time they're going to bottle him up. He's hit at the 12 and driven out of bounds. Rangers will be stuck back deep in their own territory to start this drive. They're down by 25, Craig. It's been a night of good and bad for the Rangers, if you will. That last series, not great. The one thing I will say, Monticello completed some really good pass plays over the top right there, but we did not have guys running unguarded down the field. The Rangers were within a step. In fact, both pass plays were caught fairly quickly after the receivers got it in their hands. Really, it's a credit to DeMylan Brown. He is just dropping some dimes out there right now.
Yeah, he's just so good, and that good, strong arm that he shows. And right there, at that time, the Rangers tried to go ahead and snap. Yeah, Monticello, they weren't even close to being ready to get up there, and I guess they're going to actually give them the timeout rather than the Rangers trying to snap it. Is what's
saying that Monticello called a timeout before the play got off. Dadgummit, Rangers almost caught him looking. We'll take a quick break. You're listening to Ranger Football, brought to you by Holder Drug of Alva, Oklahoma.
The involvement you have with managing your investments may change as you age. If that's the case, you may wish to consider what roles annuities play. Annuities can be structured to pay your income for as long as you live, relieving you of the concern of outliving your retirement money. At E&J Financial, we work closely with our clients, helping you build a solid financial foundation for the future. Visit enjfinancial.com or stop by one of our locations in Woodward, Stillwater, Adair, and right here in Alva.
The Tacoma Farmers Co-op is a proud supporter of Ranger and Goldbug activities since 1916. They have been here to serve you with all your farming and ranching needs with a wide range of goods and services from fuel, hardware, fencing, tires, feed and seed, plus fertilizer. They're here to meet your needs. Choose to trade with a co-op that gives its profits back to you. To learn about the Tacoma Co-op Advantage, stop by one of 5 locations in Moreland, Freedom, Winoka, Jet, and Tacoma, or visit them at tacomacoop.com and get a better service at a better place.
Rangers carry it for 5 yards on first down. Darian Gill doing the work. 2nd down and 5 upcoming. Ball at the 20-yard line. Quarterback in the game for the Rangers is Nick Cargman. Take the snap, hand off to Gill again, coming near side, and he'll bang his way up to just shy of the 30-yard line. Another, call it a 4-yard pickup for the Rangers right there, and they will be should be good enough for first down yardage.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to take it to the 28-yard line, which right now looks like it'll be enough for a first down.
Haven't moved the chains yet. Flag on the field on the far side.
Yep, sorry, I missed that. Okay, so they
Okay,
picked
so the flag was thrown because they thought they had 5 men in the backfield.
Yeah.
After discussing it, they've waved that one off.
Yeah.
Rangers will keep the first down.
Yeah, first down and 10. Rangers will have it at the 29. Another good run, though, by Gill. He has had a pretty good night toting the ball for the Rangers.
Strong runner, good foot speed. He doesn't need much. Snap back to Cargman, hand off to Gill again, and this time he will be snowed under at the line of scrimmage. Good pressure up front from Monticello. Had a handful of guys, 2-3 of them, get up there and stop that one.
Yeah, Marcus White, that linebacker, he's made some nice plays for the Boll Weevils tonight as well. Slipped in there, and that time Gill could only fall forward for a yard.
Second down and 9 coming up. If you didn't hear it, that was the golden voice of Terry Loman, PA announcer for Ranger football, creeping over.
He's been doing it for a few years, for sure.
Telling you, the guy is a consummate professional.
Yes, he is.
Handoff, this one to Foster, jumps over a tackler, gets out to the 30, spinning it across the 35-yard line before he goes down. Just Sean Foster, 5'10", 185-pound senior out of Houston, Texas.
Yeah, I thought that was a really good run. Wound up being, 6-yard carry. And all of a sudden, you're looking at just a 3rd down and 4 here for the Rangers.
There was no part of that was easy. He was in contact or had hands on him the whole time, just very elusive.
Rangers, Matt, 3 of 14 on 3rd down conversions tonight.
Not where you want to be. Empty backfield for Cargman as they'll go 4 wide receivers and a tight end, Snap back. Cargman now throws a little set screen to the tight end, and he'll rumble across the 40-yard line. That should be good enough for a first down. Based on the spot on the far side, it looks like he got there.
Yeah, Jake Freeney is the one that made that catch, too. I like that little tight end slip screen they showed off there, and nicely done as you got it up to the 39-yard line and a Ranger first down.
Cargman will take the snap again, hand off to Foster, big hole open the middle, and he'll slip through one tackle across the 50-yard line, downhill shy of the 45. Good run for the Rangers, and that one right there, credit the O-line, Craig. That was a big hole.
Yeah, kind of drive a Mack truck type hole there. I would say one that I can run through. I won't do that. I'm fat and old and out of shape. That would never happen. But Foster did a fantastic job shooting through there, and that's a big gain up to the 47-yard line in Boll Weevil territory.
Rangers trying to go quick. 4:40 left to go in the game, down by 25. Cargman on the offensive side as the quarterback this time. Handoff again up the middle. Foster will get a head of steam behind him before running into the pile. They made contact with him at about the 45-yard line, able to push the pile down to the 43 in Boll Weevil territory. Brings up second down, and we'll call it 6 to go. Clock running at 4:15.
Yeah, Boll Weevil's obviously content to let the clock run. And Rangers are just trying to get something good out of this, I think, on this last drive, maybe get some points towards the end of the game.
Snap back to Cargman, throws far side, complete in the flat. Wide receiver out there makes one tackler miss, but just bouncing back kind of toward the line of scrimmage. They may have even given up a yard there. Let's see who it was on that reception on that far side. I think it might have been Chase Davidson.
And it was Taylor Collins, I think, that got the tackle credited for the Boll Weevils.
2 wide receivers in tight to the near side, 1 wide out to the far side, 1 man in the backfield with Cargman. He'll take the snap. Handoff going straight forward. Big hole opens up, spins at the 35-yard line, and Monticello able to corral the Ranger ball carrier and take him down. Trying to see which one of the running backs they've got in for that one.
I'm pretty sure that was Foster on the carry.
Looks like Foster.
Yeah, had the first down.
Foster will come out, replaced in the lineup at the running back position by Josh Dominci.
Nice to see him back out there, yeah.
Big, strong runner. 1st and 10 for the Rangers. Cargman takes the snap. Play action. Rolls out now. Throws. Complete to the tight end at the 32. Down across the 30 to the 25 as the big man rumbles downfield. Laith Shelley reeling that one in.
Yeah, I was fixing to say, we had a nice throw and catch by the tight end Freeney earlier in this drive. Now they go to Shelley, and just nicely done. Nice play action rollout. Cargman made a really strong throw, and the Rangers got it 1st and 10 at the 25 now.
Rangers no huddle offense, trying to hurry up. 2:30 left to go in the game. In 30 seconds, the clock will begin to stop at first downs. One man in the backfield is Demenci. Gargman will take the snap. Drops back, looking to throw. Loads up, goes corner of the end zone. Overthrows his intended target out there. Good throw.
Yeah, it
good
was.
Carry on the ball. Maybe just floated on him a bit.
I think so, and the receiver just wasn't able to do enough to catch up to it.
Target out there was Gavin Green, who's got a touchdown already in the game.
Yeah, Green, remember, back early portion of the third quarter, what was that, 18-yard touchdown pass that he caught from Deal.
One tight end in the game, 3 wide outs to the far side. Now they'll send a man in motion across the formation from left to right. Believe that may be Gavin Green. Snap back to Cargman. Hand off to Minchie. A little bit of a hole, and he's going to be hit at the 20-yard line and then dives forward. Looked like he got a little further than that, but the referees aren't going to give him credit for that second effort. They'll stop him dead at the 20.
And right at a straight 5-yard gain, so the Rangers will have a 3rd down and 5 with the football on the 20-yard line.
Royal Kyle will step into the game. Wide receiver split to the near sideline. They'll run Deshaun Foster back in. Demenci will come out and get a breather.
I do like this Ranger running back group. I mean, about everybody that we've seen out there has made some plays tonight.
Well, they do things just a little bit differently. You know, they've got some bruisers, they've got some speed guys. Handoff this time goes to Foster, cuts inside of a tackle, and he'll be rolled up just shy of a first down
he's
at
right
the 16-yard line.
He's very close to it, but you're right. I think just about a yard is going to be shy of it. 4th and 1, as I'm sure the Rangers will go for it here.
1:14 left to go in the game. Rangers have the ball right now, but they're down 25. It's 49-24. Tight formation. And Cargman will take the quarterback sneak. Ball popped out, I think. No, the referees are going to say it was down. And I don't think we got the first down.
That's the question. Where he's marked, he didn't. They marked him down. They said the ball didn't come out, but that's the problem. Cargman, he tried to go straight over the back of the center and then tried to spin a little bit to the left. There just wasn't anywhere to go with it. Fell down, no gain, and even though the ball popped out, he just didn't get what he needed, and all of a sudden the Rangers will give it back to the Weevils with only 57 seconds left here.
So we expect to see the victory formation from the Weevils, or at least maybe a couple of handoffs, and just run the game out as they will cap off a victory to open their season here at Ranger Field. Right now the score 49-24. Rangers down on the Community Bank scoreboard. And victory formation is exactly what they come out with. Brown will go under center for the first time tonight, takes the snap and hits a knee.
They'll need, I think, to snap it just one more time. Yeah, one more time, and this game will be relegated to the history books.
Ronnie Jones' first appearance as the head man on the sideline for the Rangers. Some excitement. Good to see some positives to take away from the game. A couple of things that the Rangers may want to have some talks about. Defense looked good tonight. Just a couple of slip tackles and some big pass plays kind of got away from them. Offense kind of came in shorter bursts, but there were definitely some positives. A lot of guys, a lot of talent, a lot to look forward to for the Rangers as the season carries on.
I think it's just those big momentum plays, not only just the big plays that the Boll Weevils scored on, but the swings in momentum that the Rangers had a chance to kind of go one way or the other, and it just got away from them a little bit. And I mean, credit to Monticello, they made the plays they needed to make. So
they certainly did. Time will expire, and we'll put this one in the books. The Rangers drop the home opener here on Ranger Field, 49-24 to the Boll Weevils of Arkansas Monticello. But folks, don't go anywhere. Coming up, we've got the McDermott Insurance post-game show. The Shirley Shine Car Wash will bring the statistical recap of the game, and then K&K Body Works and Northwest Electric, offensive and defensive players of the game. A lot to look forward to in this post-game wrap-up. Again, brought to you by McDermott's and Associates. We'll take a timeout and be back to roll into the post-game show. You're listening to Ranger Football, brought to you by Holder Drug of Alva, Oklahoma.
Your agency of choice for all types of insurance is McDermott Insurance in Alva. For home, auto, farm, or business insurance, the McDermott Agency will protect what you value most by providing the best coverage and client service possible. To get your custom professional insurance review, call McDermott Insurance at 580-327-3500 or visit them at 526 Flynn Street in Alva. McDermott Insurance. They can't predict the future, but they can insure it.
Get no better deal in the country than at Croft Country, located in Alva, Oklahoma. Croft Country is the dealer for vehicles in Northwest Oklahoma. Croft Country is locally owned and operated since 1985, offering a full line of award-winning brands including Chevy and GMC. From the time you enter our showroom for sales or service, you can expect to be treated like family. So the next time you're in the market for a new or used vehicle, come see us right here in Alva, located at 401 East Oklahoma Boulevard.
Naloxone is a medication designed to rapidly reverse opioid overdose. A person who is experiencing an overdose can't administer naloxone to themselves. Anyone can carry naloxone, give it to someone experiencing an overdose, and potentially save a life. That's why everyone should consider having naloxone. For more information, visit okimready.org. That's okimready.org. This program is funded by Northwestern Oklahoma State University, Oklahoma Department of Mental Health and Substance Abuse Prevention Services, and Substance Abuse Mental Health Services Administration.
Alva State Bank and Trust Company, older than Oklahoma, big enough to serve you and small enough to know you.
We love to give back to our customers. Did you know Alva State Bank offers a great rewards checking account program? That's right. You can earn cash back or high interest with our Casasa accounts. We will even refund you up to $25 in ATM fees.
How do I qualify?
It's simple. Just swipe your debit card 12 times, sign up for online statements, and have one ACH credit or debit post to your account.
Can I do it online?
Yes. Just visit our website at www.alvastatebank.com to see if our Casasa Rewards program is right for you. We make banking easy. Whether you're at home, the office, or in your car, our online or mobile banking options help you juggle busy schedules and financial needs.
We plant roots where others have branches.
Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Welcome back live to Ranger Football. The McDermott Insurance post-game show kicks off, and we'll start it with a correction, Craig. Had a roster snafu. They had Travis Romar listed as number 18. It looks to me like he played as number 7 tonight, if I'm not mistaken. At least that's what I'm being told. So we'll get some assurity on that and make sure we credit the right man with the right receiving totals at least by Wednesday in the post-game show. However, Rangers fall tonight 49-24 on the Community Bank scoreboard to the Boll Weevils of the University of Arkansas, Monticello. Got to admit, I'm pretty impressed with the Boll Weevils, Craig. Yeah. You know, they only had 3 wins in all of last season. However, tonight, DeMylan Brown really came out and impressed me, not with his ability to run the ball, which we know he can do, but really looked good as a passing quarterback tonight. Very accurate, made good decisions most of the night, had a couple of snaps that got away from him, one over his head that led to a Rangers defensive touchdown, but really certainly not by any stretch a flawless execution, but a very high-quality executed evening from DeMylan Brown.
When I think about Brown, the thing that comes to mind is command. Matt, I just think he had command of this Boll Weevil offense. It's a senior, which that's what you would expect if you have a senior quarterback. Of course, the Rangers started a freshman quarterback, and I thought Deal made some plays here and there, but it's just the difference when you have a senior signal caller, you expect the offense to run at a certain level, and Brown is just tremendous. I mean, you mentioned it. He didn't have to run it that much. I think the Rangers bottled him up pretty well in that, but he did late in the game use his feet a little bit more. But the kid has a cannon for an arm, and he just makes great plays. And his receiver core obviously stepped up big. Nick Howard gets 3 touchdowns tonight. The Cross kid also was fantastic for them through the passing game. Look, they're pretty balanced. They didn't run it probably as well overall as they would necessarily have liked. I think the Rangers did a pretty good job on their run game other than a couple of big runs. But they were overall a pretty balanced team, and that's just, to me, that's Brown. He's just a really, really good player. And if you're Monticello, the reason you have as much probably excitement as much as anything is because you've got Brown, and as long as he's there, he's going to give themselves a chance.
Absolutely. What do you think about the Rangers' performance tonight? I think that's kind of the thing everybody's looking to discuss. And it's kind of tough to say week one what you can expect to see and what you'll be like when you get into midseason form. But overall tonight, not a terrible grade for the Rangers. What I saw, I think the biggest thing was the big plays that the defense had given up. Not something that we saw a lot of last year. In fact, very few teams got loose for 30, 40-yard gains against the Rangers, but last year's defense was prone to giving up 4, 5, 6 yards at a time. This year's defense seems to be a little bit more stifling, maybe at the line of scrimmage. They looked like they had pretty good game speed, sideline to sideline, just a couple of receivers who ran good routes, and of course, Demylan Brown really dropping off the ball in the right positions. Nick Howard had a great game, really was looking more for LaCedric Smith, who was pretty quiet, but Isaiah Cross and Nick Howard certainly did the dirty work, if you will, for the Boll Weevils offensively. For the Rangers offensively, I think you hit the nail on the head. Young quarterback, a couple of new faces. Darian Gill ran really hard tonight. We saw at least 3 quarterbacks for the Rangers. All of them looked pretty competitive.
And we actually saw, 4 running backs, I think, that carried the ball a significant amount. So I like the depth there.
And not a big drop-off. All of them really hard runners, guys that really did a good job. Turnover game kind of got away from the Rangers a little bit. 3 fumbles on the night, an interception. 2 of those fumbles came inside the red zone and kind of took away some momentum for sure. The interception happened on the first drive of the game. Not anything that you can blame on Caleb Deal. Hit a wide receiver ball, just a great defensive play, really. They popped the wide receiver, ball came out, and one of the defensive linemen kind of found a little bit of a trophy right there, got himself an INT in the game. Northwestern came back, has an interception of their own. Defense did score a touchdown tonight.
In fact, when you look at that first interception, it really didn't come back to haunt the Rangers, because that very next possession, that's when the fumble happens, and Martin, of course, gets the fumble return for the touchdown. And at that point, the